From pretty much the present, this is your host, Adam Graham, bringing you a week of old-time radio detective podcasts from 2012. Because these podcasts are many years old, any offers or information included in the podcast may not be valid unless they're currently reflected on our Great Detectives of Old Time Radio website at greatdetectives.net. Here now is a week of old-time radio detective podcast. Welcome to the Great Detectives of Old Time Radio from Boise, Idaho. This is your host, Adam Graham. If you have a comment, email it to me, box13 at greatdetectives.net. Follow us on Twitter at Radio Detectives and call us 208-991-4783. Well, today's episode is brought to you by the financial support of our listeners. Thank you so much for your support, and I especially want to thank John, who writes, thanks, I've enjoyed using your app on my spare iPhone. I'm enclosing a little something to support you. Well, thanks so much, John. We definitely appreciate it, and as we do with all donations of $7 or more, we send on access to our premium site. All right, well, now it is time for today's episode of the Great Detectives of Old Time Radio. This one is called The Adventure of the Embittered Secretary.
The Adventures of Frank Race, starring Tom Collins. The war changed many things, the face of the earth and the people on it. Before the war, Frank Race worked as an attorney, but he traded his law books for the cloak and dagger of the OSS. And when it was over, his former life was over, too. Adventure had become his business. The Adventures of Frank Race. And now we join Frank Race for the adventure of the Embittered Secretary.
Fifth Avenue and a turtleneck sweater. The avenue was mellow under a mid-afternoon sun, and the sweater was mellowing my sales resistance as I thought of what I would do to a young lady of my acquaintance who happens to be the outdoor type and prefers it in men. I had just about made up my mind to step into the shop and make the purchase when a reflection in the window sent my glance to the disapproving face of Mark Donovan.
Oh, no. You ain't gonna buy that thing.
What thing?
That sweater.
I was thinking about it. You see, there's a girl I know that...
It's yellow.
There's nothing like color with this girl's concerned.
It'll make you look like a canary, and that ain't good. Even for a guy with your build.
You don't think I should, huh?
Definitely not. Now, I'm a dame. If that sweater was a little smaller...
Yeah, I know. But for Race, it's out. No.
Don't be so unhappy about it. Just stick to women that go in for pinstripe suits. It's simpler.
What are you doing around here, anyway?
Catching up with you.
You call?
Huh? From Max Fain of the Coastal Life Insurance Company, and since I am parked double, and there might be a cop along any second.
We must rush.
Yeah.
First, you spoil my day by nixing that sweater, then you want to push me headlong into work.
Race, I am just trying to be helpful.
You know, Marcus, there are times when you're so helpful, I'd gladly sell you into slavery. Let's go. Max Fain of the Coastal Life Insurance Company rated a beautiful office, secretary to match, and a complete set of two fingernails. He screwed his face into a pained knot as he watched me light a cigarette.
Go ahead, smoke. I have to lay off for things.
You should have sent word. I'd buttle on some two bags.
What business? You know Chuck Hardy?
Well, there's a Chuck Hardy who plays third base for the Baltimore Orioles. And there's another one who plays polo and rides herd on a $20 million inheritance. Or thereabouts.
The second one we're talking about. After the build-up, I have to let you down with a thud. Hardy's lost some jewelry. I think it was some kind. And because he has a big account with us, he insisted we supply an investigator. Our best. You do it, Race?
Of course, Max. Never can tell where those things will lead.
There's the house across the street, Race. It looks like you might have a reception for it.
Yeah, I noticed that. Here's the lad with the bow tie, Mark. He looks familiar.
He should. That's Danny Emerald, and he is tough, Race. The genuine article.
Stay put. If I need you, I'll give you a nod.
Okay. Just don't hold back.
There were three of them, standing at the door to the brownstone front as though waiting to get in. As I went up, I got a look from the one with the bow tie. The one Mark had tabbed as Danny Emerald. I knew the name and the reputation that went with it. The bow tie was wide and soft with an artistic droop. But looking into that face, no one was going to comment on it.
Where do you think you're going, chum?
Oh, I'm here to see a man, and not about a dog.
A wise guy, Danny. A lippy character.
Sometimes I like wise guys. I may even like this one, if he gets us past this door. Stand back, Figure. Little peep. And that butler looks through the peephole and just sees this guy. Maybe we'll all go in.
I think I'd rather go in by myself.
You don't like company, is that it? You want to be antisocial?
I just want to go in by myself.
Me, I like company. I ain't antisocial at all. So I'm going with you. Me and the boys.
You don't really want to do a thing like that. It'd be in bad taste.
What I tell you, Danny. A wise guy.
I don't think the butler's coming anyway, so if you don't mind...
Wait a second, wise guy. Rushing off like that. Danny might want to talk to you. Fighting you, Danny.
You have a strong grip.
Sure. I know how to use it, too.
Take it off my arm.
Don't like it, huh? Too rough for you, is it, wise guy?
I said take it off my arm.
And if I don't, just what are you going to do about it, wise guy?
Just this. Well, he had it coming, Emerald.
Why you...
Hold it, Trigo.
No, Danny!
I said hold it.
You broke my watch!
You can get another one. What's your parlay here, chum?
Nothing exciting. I simply came here to see a man, as I told you.
You don't scare.
Should I?
Sometimes it don't hurt. Sometimes it's smart.
I can agree with that.
What do you do for a living?
I'm an investigator.
I had a hunch. You already know this guy, Hardy.
No, we've never met.
He's a Welcher. He owes me dough and he's trying to crawfish out of paying it. A guy with his money. You wouldn't want to work for a Welcher.
I get the feeling you're telling me that, not asking it.
Well, would you?
Suppose I said yes.
Then you're a sucker, both ways. And I think you'll get what I mean.
I'd rather have you give it to me straight.
All right, I will. Engraved. Hardy and me have got a beef. Stay out of it. You'll get hurt.
I tried the Hardy Menage about an hour later. Got the same result. No response. I headed for home after that. Puzzled a little by Danny Emerald's place in the picture, but not particularly intrigued. Where I looked, it seemed pretty much like an uninspiring sort of case. In front of my apartment house, a man got out of a car, moved to intercept me. Young, blond. His features had been freshly battered by someone's fist.
You don't happen to be Mr. Race, do you?
That's right.
I'm Tom Enders, secretary to Mr. Hardy. He's out at the Larches, and he'd like to see you there.
And where is the lodging?
It's his estate up the river, about 20 miles the other side of Yonkers. You don't need to bring anything. I've got the car ready.
Well, it should pick up a couple of toothbrushes, don't you think?
We have those, too. We have everything at the Larches, including trouble.
Just the same, I took time to pack a bag. Then I sat beside Enders while he nosed a 1949 Cadillac convertible out of the city and northward along the Hudson River.
I understand you're coming up to investigate the missing jewelry.
It seems to be it.
A few $100 worth of medals, and Hardy goes crazy.
You sound bitter.
I sound that way all the time. It's my natural tone.
What does Danny Emerald have to do with Hardy?
I wouldn't know. Who is Danny Emerald?
A lad who's learned to make gambling pay. The bidder, he's been battered. What's the story?
My boss doesn't trust me.
Hardy?
Mr. Hardy. For a while, he had the idea I might have taken the stuff.
You?
And because I wouldn't admit it, Mr. Hardy became angry. And when he gets angry, Mr. Hardy likes to maul people. Mr. Hardy is very good at mauling people. He was Olympic light heavyweight contender in 36.
Well, what do you do about a situation like that?
Me? I just stand there and take it. I got a wife and a couple of kids. I'm 33 years old. During the war, I spent almost 4 years in the Army, and that takes a chunk out of a man's life. It gets to be that a job's a job.
So it seems worth it.
Not to me alone, it doesn't. Having a wife and the kids, well, a job's a job.
Who else beside Hardy will be at the lodges?
Quite a few people, including a woman who will make you forget everything but your name.
The hallway at the lodges looked like a B-picture nightclub, and I got the feeling that the rest of the house would match it, both as to size and decoration. Anderson and I took a small elevator up to a custom-built gymnasium. It had been finished in leather and chrome and finely stained wood, but it smelled like all gymnasiums, and affected me as being the first really human thing about the place. As I watched, a vivacious blonde pinwheeled across a large mat. And watching languidly was a man with the features of a Colorad and eyes like bad wishes. Anderson and I walked across to him, and I met Chuck Hardy, 9-goal polo player.
I've been wondering when you'd get here.
I called at your place in town. You had another visitor at the same time. A lad by the name of Danny Emerald.
Oh?
You seem to have designs on your peace of mind.
Emerald and I had a disagreement about a bet. I wired him this morning that he'd get the money from Enders tonight. That doesn't really concern you, does it?
I had an idea that the news might be of some interest to you.
My only interest lies in getting back the items that were stolen from me.
I understand that what you lost doesn't have a great deal of value.
It does to me.
Small stuff, sometimes hard to recover.
Look, Junior, I want those things back. I'd like that understood.
And I'd like something understood, too. I've suddenly developed the conviction that you and I aren't going to be compatible. Maybe no one's ever mentioned it to you, Hardy, but you're about as agreeable as a wad of gum on a throttle pedal. Get yourself another boy. I'm going back to town. I wanted no further part of the Hardy setup, so I found a phone, called the nearest village to check on train reservations. I learned that the next train out wouldn't be leaving for another 4 hours. I also learned that the village had no taxi service available. I was mulling over the prospect of a 6-mile hike when I noticed the girl who'd been gyrating in the gym. Where there was another young woman, a tawny-skinned, flame-haired girl who gave me a "what are you going to do about it" look that made me breathe deeply to maintain my poise. It was this one who spoke to me.
Running away, Mr. Ray?
Oh, that's quite lovely. Where do we go from there?
I'd like to see you stabbed. Anyone with the nerve to say no to Chuck Hardy is needed around this place.
Am I to believe that you can't swim?
Not I or any other woman in the world. Not Chuck Hardy.
Well, it doesn't go for you. He's kidding himself that he's alive.
Merrill, I knew I was going to like this man.
I get the impression you don't care for our host. Then why stick around?
Touché. You can be very direct, Mr. Ray.
Just matching your mood.
You get along with Chuck once you know him.
Merrill here likes polo. That's why she likes Hardy. People who go for polo all adore Hardy.
There's nothing quite so fascinating as a lovely woman who uses earthly language. Particularly when she has red hair. What's your name?
Jake Conlon. And in case you don't know, this is Merrill Reed.
Hello.
Both interesting people. I'm sorry I can't stick around to know you better.
Oh, if you're stuck for transportation, take my car. Just leave it at Nagel's garage for me.
Be still, Merrill. I don't want him to go back.
Oh, sorry, lovely, but this place curdles my ego. All right, Merrill, I'll take you up on the loan of that car. Thanks.
The Green Town and Country. Here are the keys.
There was no one around as I went to the garage, found Merrill Reed's car, climbed in. I stuck the key in the ignition lock, was about to stab the starter when a glance at the rearview mirror froze all my actions. There was someone in the seat behind me, a man, sitting grim, silent. I turned very slowly. In the light of the dashboard panel, I saw that it was Enders. He seemed to be smiling until I realized that the expression was really a distorted grimace. Enders was dead. Something or someone had broken his neck.
We'll return to the adventures of Frank Race in just about 1 minute. And now, back to the adventures of Frank Race.
Crime is a funny thing. You get into a part of it that starts out in a small way, and suddenly you find yourself in the middle of something big and ugly. I crawled into the back seat of the Chrysler. In addition to his neck, Ender's right arm had been broken, along with one of the fingers of his right hand. At his feet, I noticed one of those new pencil cigarette lighter combinations. I stuck this in my pocket and went back to the house. I found Hardy in his study with him, a middle-aged woman with a sweet face and a quiet smile. But Hardy made no effort to introduce us.
I thought you were getting lost.
I was on the way, but I thought I'd better tell you that your secretary is dead.
Enders? Dead? What is this, a gag?
He's sitting in the back of that green Chrysler in your garage.
Sounds like a job for you, Martha.
Or the coroner. Mr. Race, I'd better introduce myself, since Charles never bothers with trivialities. I'm Dr. Clemson, the Hardy family physician.
I'm sure you can't do anything for Enders, Doctor, but you might take a look.
I'll come right away.
I stuck around another hour till the local peace officer became satisfied I could tell him no more than I already had. Then I talked one of Hardy's chauffeurs into taking me to town. I got to the station with 15 minutes to wait for the outgoing train. It wasn't what you'd call a busy station, but I soon had company.
Hiya, chum.
Hello, Emerald. What are you doing here?
I got some dough coming. 50 grand. Guy would go anywhere for 50 grand. I'll do anything.
That sounds rather pointed.
It is. You see, I just been talking to Chuck Hardy. He was telling me about Enders.
Yeah, that was rough.
Funny rough. But understandable.
I'll get you.
Enders had that 50 grand on him. From me.
How do you know?
Hardy just told me. We had quite a phone conversation, me and Hardy.
What else did he tell you?
He told me that so far as he knows, the only other guy that knew about that 50 grand was you.
So?
So, you could save yourself a lot of grief by ponying up. Right now.
What makes you so sure that Hardy was leveling with you?
Hardy don't lie. He's a heel and he's stubborn, but he don't lie. You don't have to. Not when it comes to dough.
So I go down in your diary as a wrong guy.
Not yet, you do. I don't mind a guy trying to turn a buck. I just don't want to be the loser on the deal.
I don't have that kind of money on me. I'll let you look at it, huh?
Suppose I give you an hour. An hour to make up your mind. An hour to show up with it. Out at Hardy's place.
You're a very reasonable man.
So my friends tell me. And I got lots of friends. I got 3 of them in this neighborhood right now. Including 3, though.
I get it.
So, you meet me at Hardy's place in an hour. Play it smart, Grace. Be there. With the dough.
I went to the local drugstore, called New York City. I was lucky enough to get Mark Donovan right away.
Hey, what are you doing, Race? Having yourself a time?
I'm having a wonderful time. Wish you were here.
Yeah? What's wrong?
How soon do you think you could get here? A place called The Larches, 6 miles west of Glenview.
Let me see. Oh, maybe like 45 minutes.
Well, that'll do. And Mark,
Yeah.
bring along that end wrench of yours. Back at the Hardy place, I encountered only a couple of servants who eyed me vaguely. I wandered about for a few minutes and finally blundered onto a rather spectacular mezzanine that overlooked the gigantic dining room. It was as I stood here that Merrill Reed appeared.
Do you mind if I say I'm surprised?
At seeing me back?
You were so definite about your intentions to leave.
Forces beyond my control have entered the picture.
It's a big room, isn't it?
It is. I don't have to stretch my imagination to see Hardy sitting at the head of that table, throwing bones to his boar hounds. Never mind, Hardy. Rather concentrate on you.
Oh?
You're quite fetching in that evening gown.
Thanks. But Jade got the same reaction in just a sweater and shorts, didn't she?
Nobody's going to overlook you, baby. You're a husky girl. But it's packed in all the right places. Matter of fact,
Don't try to kiss me, Ray. Not unless you really mean it.
how can I know what I mean till I've tried it? Here.
No.
I had my arms around her, but she twisted sharply away and left me standing there, feeling as a male usually feels under such circumstances, deaf, a little incredulous. I waited a few minutes, then moved out into a large hall where I ran into Dr. Clemson.
Yes. You look like a man with a purpose.
I'd like to find Hardy.
May I ask what for?
Well, you're a family friend. I'm afraid you might not be in sympathy with my plans.
I like you, Race. I've known you scarcely long enough to say hello, but I like you. So I'm going to give you a warning. Don't cross Charles Hardy. He's headstrong, he's arrogant. And he has the power to be more vicious than sin.
Thanks for the tip. Do you know if the police are still here?
No, they left. About half an hour ago. And took that boy's body with them.
How do they figure this business?
They're inclined to believe it was an accident. They think Enders might have fallen, going down those concrete steps inside the garage.
And then planted himself in that car?
He could have crawled to the car, Ray. It's possible.
Yes, I suppose it is possible. I'm beginning to think that anything could be possible around this spot. Leaving Dr. Clemson, I went out into a night as cool as a preoccupied woman. Then, about 100 feet from the house, a grim-looking figure suddenly loomed up in front of me.
Where you going, Race?
Trigo.
Yeah, Trigo.
What do you want?
Three guesses. Stay where you are, Race. I got you. And the moon just right.
So, I'm properly lighted. Now what?
Danny give you an hour, didn't he? Just 1 hour.
I've been keeping track. I still have 8 minutes.
8 minutes. That ain't a very long time, is it, Race? Not when a guy like me is waiting for the payoff.
I still don't have the money, Trigo.
That's gonna make Danny kind of sad. But it ain't gonna bother me at all. And you know why?
I can imagine. You like your pound of flesh, Trigo. And after all, I did break your watch.
Yeah, you broke my watch. And I couldn't get it fixed. Know how I got that watch, Race?
No comment.
I won it in a contest, singing on a stage, and you had to go break it.
I'm sorry about the watch, Trigo.
You're being sorry don't make no difference.
I felt reasonably sure of that. But I thought I'd make the gesture. Incidentally, you're obstructing progress. I was on my way to get that money, but I can't get it standing here, can I?
You're lying.
I might be, but you can't afford to gamble on it, can you? Danny Emerald isn't interested in watches. He wants that 50 grand.
You're stalling. I'm going to plan up slugging you.
But not for several more minutes. If you fire before the time's up, Danny might not like it. I just thought of that, so I really don't need to stick around here, do I?
Hey!
I paid no attention to his yell. Just kept legging him to the house, away from that gun in his hand. I could hear him coming right behind me. Then, from up behind...
Right! Over here!
Marcus, boy, to say the least. I'm very happy to see you.
That guy ain't so tough. He didn't like that slug I sent him. Look, what goes on here?
I'm in trouble. Plenty of it. Danny Emerald thinks I'm holding out $50,000 that belongs to him.
Oh, Daddy. That ain't good. Not when the guy is Emerald. Everybody says it was Emerald who rubbed out Augie Calder. Emerald's bad.
Well, there's no use trying to run away from him. Let's go into the house.
Look, ain't you got an out of any kind?
Not a thing. I've been wrestling with it every... Wait a minute. There comes a faint flicker of understanding.
Yeah?
See. Yes. Come on, Mark. I want you to do something for me.
Come on in, Race.
been kind of waiting for you.
Looked like the gathering of a clan. There was Hardy and his 3 feminine guests. And Emerald had with him 2 of the friends he mentioned. I told myself I could probably expect Trigo in any second.
Reese, we thought we heard a shot a moment ago.
Well, nothing important, Dr. Clemson. It missed. Emerald, I may as well give it to you straight. I don't have that money. I've never had it.
What are you trying to prove, Race? That you don't scare and run that kind of thing into the ground?
Race, why didn't you leave? Now you're in trouble. He ain't that kind, honey. Are you in? Here, Merrill. Have a smoke and calm down.
Try this lighter, Merrill. And you may as well keep it. I believe it's yours anyway.
Gosh, yes. Where'd you find it?
Alongside Ender's body.
What are you talking about?
Merrill's a rare girl. She knows judo, or jujitsu, if you like that term better. And that's what she used on Enders as he came down into the garage. A wrist lock, wasn't it, Merrill? A wrist lock often breaks a man's arm, doesn't it? And his neck, too, if he crashes against concrete steps.
And I suppose you think you're going to the police with that story?
I've already called them. And I think if we hold Miss Reed here, they won't have any trouble finding that 50 grand.
I don't care about the money, but I'm not sitting still for the kind of publicity that'll come from this. Merrill.
Merrill isn't going anywhere. Is she, Mark?
Not while I'm standing here holding this pistol.
Now, listen, there's no reason we can't make a deal.
I don't know what you can arrange with the others, Hardy, but I'm not going to agree to a cover-up for murder.
What do you want me to do, ram your teeth down your throat?
I'd been hoping all along you might take that attitude.
All right, you've been asking for it. Try this for size.
Oh, not bad. A little high.
Yeah?
I felt it, though.
And you're going to feel this one. Sorry. My turn. Oh!
I felt that one, too. Right up to my wrist. Why don't you get up, Hardy? Then we can both try it again.
I'm getting up. Just wait. Oh!
Poor Mr. Hardy.
Let's all stay put now, till the police get here. And that goes for you, too, Emerald.
I ain't making a single move.
Race, will you teach me to handle myself like that? Think of the interesting things I could do to all the moral nails I need.
I don't know, Sugar. I've got plans for you, but they don't include boxing lessons.
The Adventures of Frank Race, starring Tom Collins with Tony Barrett as Mark Donovan, comes to you from Hollywood. Others heard in tonight's cast were Virginia Gregg, Michael Ann Barrett, Wilms Herbert, Paul Dubov, and Gerald Moore. This series is written and directed by Buckley Angel and Joel Murcott. The music is composed and played by Ivan Ditmars. Be sure to be with us again this same time next week for another dramatic chapter in The Adventures of Frank Race. Art Gilmore speaking. This is a Bruce Ells production.
Welcome back. Well, our femme fatale total climbs a little higher. You have all these tough guys around, and he still ends up going back to the femme fatale. Well, we turn now to listener comments. Jennifer writes in, I am 29 years old and started listening to these old radio shows on Sirius Radio Classic channels when we couldn't afford to keep our subscription. The biggest regret I had was losing that channel. Imagine then my delight of finding your podcast. I listen to these shows while at work and the day just seems to fly by. Thank you so much and keep up the good work. Well, you're welcome, Jennifer, and thanks so much for listening in. Glad to be of service. All right, well, that will do it for today. We'll be back tomorrow with the Fat Man, and then join us back on Monday for another adventure of Frank Race. Well, today's episode is brought to you by the financial support of our listeners. Thank you so much for your support. Unfortunately, we don't have any 1950 episodes of The Fat Man, but here's the first of 2 1951 episodes. This is the second to last show. This one's called The Nightmare Murder from January 17th, 1951.
Here comes The Fat Man in The Nightmare Murder, starring J. Scott Smart. There he goes. He's stepping on the scales. Weight, 237 pounds. Fortune, danger. Who is it?
The Fat Man. It takes a good man to make a first-class old-fashioned. You have to muddle the sugar, bitters, and water properly, then toss in the ice and whiskey, and then carefully twist the lemon peel on top. Like anything else, it's simply a matter of following the recipe. But here's another illustration. If you take a liberal jigger of motive, add a slice of opportunity and a dash of means, and then pile a dozen or more old-fashions on top of this, you're quite likely to end up with a real gruesome hangover. Murder. Like any solid, normal, routine job, this one began in my office. It was just after lunch. My feet were on the desk. I was munching a peppermint. And I'd propped the latest edition just south of the bulge that marks the last resting place of a brace of breaded pork chops. When the phone rang. Runyon speaking.
The detective?
That's a debatable point, but I like to think so. Who's this?
My name's George Dutton. Maybe you've heard of me.
Oh, you mean the author?
Well, that's a debatable point, too. I write mystery stories.
Yes, I know. About private eyes who get hit on the head.
But look, I've never had any need for a private eye. I don't even know what one looks like. I never even saw a pistol or a gangster or a corpse until last night. A corpse, that is.
Just wait a minute. Let's take this in sequence. Are you hiring me?
Maybe. How much?
50 in expenses.
Well, that's a lot, but I need you pretty badly.
What's the trouble?
I killed a girl last night. I want you to prove it.
Say that again and slower.
You better come down here right away.
Where are you?
Melville Hospital. Alcoholic ward.
The closest I'd ever been to the alcoholic ward at Melville was reading The Lost Weekend. After I convinced them I wasn't a prospective client, they gave me some of the dope on George Dutton. Their assumption was his writer's imagination had picked up an Italian collaborator during the period in question, namely a batch of martinis.
Runyon?
Yeah. What can I do for you, George?
Sit down. On the bed. Now take it easy, will you? My head.
I know what you mean. Is that better?
Yeah. Now, look. You're going to think I'm crazy like the rest of them, but I'm not paying you for an opinion. Here. Here's 2 days' worth, $100.
Thanks. Now, for this, I'm supposed to hang a murder rap on you, huh? Or did I hear it right over the phone?
You did. At least I'll know, Runyon, if it happened. If I killed her, at least I'll know I'm not crazy.
All right,
Anything's
George.
better than that kind of doubt, Runyon. Anything.
Now, take it easy, George. Just tell me about it, huh?
Yeah, I know. Calm, collected, lucid, logical, right? Yeah. Okay. I've been working hard, see? Trying to meet my publisher's deadline on the novel. I got tired last night around 7 and went to bed. Dead, wrung out, gone, you know? Now, this I'm sure of. Somewhere around 10 or 11 o'clock, I got up, put on my clothes, and went out for a walk around the block. I just turned the corner when it happened.
What?
I'd seen the car a lot in my neighborhood, a black Buick convertible. I'd seen the girl in it, too. Stunning girl, blonde, eyes like sapphires, figure like, well...
Yeah, I know what you mean. So what?
So she pulled up to the curb and asked me to get in.
How come?
Well, am I so horrible? She did it, that's all.
Okay. Who was she?
I don't know. I don't know anything about her. She handed me a bottle, and that's how it started.
Mm-hmm. Mistake number one.
Yes, so right. So anyway, we drove around for a while, and I listened to her talk, and pretty soon the bottle was gone, so she pulled out another one, and pretty soon that one was gone, too.
What did she talk about?
Death?
Hmm?
Yeah. She seemed perfectly normal at the time. She was fascinated by death. Wrote poems about it, she said. Quoted from them all the time. Anyway, things got pretty fuzzy about then. I don't remember much. People, voices, lights. One thing, though, Runyon. One thing. There was a big red rooster about 10 feet high.
Oh, yeah, naturally. Wouldn't be an evening without one. What was his
Now, wait
name?
a minute. A sign, Runyon. A neon sign. I remember it blinking at me while she stopped by the trash can.
What trash can?
How do I know what trash can? A trash can. There was the red rooster and the trash can, and she stopped and took something out of her purse and dropped it in. And there were more lights and more people and more riding in the car, and then pretty soon we were alone. She was pouring drinks for the two of us.
And where was this?
I don't know. You got me. She handed me a glass, see? I raised hers for a toast. To death, she said. And I saw she had a gun in her hand, pointing it at her head. I grabbed it, got a hold of it, but it went off.
Oh, great.
Last thing I remember was her lying on the floor, and then the floor was rushing up at me. Well, that's it.
What do you mean, that's it? What happened after that?
Nothing. When I opened my eyes, I was in my own bed, in my own apartment, with my clothes right where I'd left them at 7 the night before. The night man swears I wasn't out of my room all night. Nobody believed me. They said I dreamed it. I had a couple more drinks, found the cop on the beat and told him, too. That's how I got here. They all think I'm crazy. Well, maybe I am. But go on, find out for me, Runyon. Get on it, will you? Get on it.
So I got on it. First, there was the janitor at George's apartment.
Listen, Mr. Runyon, I've been nightman here for 12 years. I know George Dutton as long as he lives here. He couldn't leave this building last night without me seeing him, and I didn't see him. You can take my word. He's not.
Then there was the bartender George had mentioned.
Look, all I know is he come in at an indecent hour this morning, screaming for the hair of the dog that bit him, just like all the other times. Yeah, especially the last time.
What happened last time?
Oh, same thing, a couple of years ago. Only that night he got out of bed and trapped Adolf Hitler in the information booth at Grand Central.
The cop who'd hauled him over to Melville said the same thing. Likewise, a couple of newsboys. Verdict, unanimous. George was a lush and a loony, and I was inclined to go along with him. On the theory that a special convertible, complete with blonde, is something even a New Yorker will stop and look at, I quizzed the service stations around George's apartment house. Sure enough, up comes a guy who'd greased its gold-plated chassis only a month before. The record showed it belonged to a Lydia Bradshaw at a Park Avenue address that went with the car, so I trotted over. Some kind of a soiree was going on in the huge living room. The butler looked at me, raised his eyebrows one at a time, and finally decided I wouldn't run off with the silver plate and hustled me into the library, which seemed to have another occupant.
As a spirit with yellow eyes gleaming, will I to thy couch come again.
When you say that, smile. What is it?
This book, Baudelaire, lousy translation. By the way, I'm Joan Cameron, Lydia's poor country cousin for you. One of Uncle Charles' tribal sycophants?
Oh, I'm not sure what that means, but I don't think so. My name's Brad Runyon.
Oh.
Where is Lydia, by the way?
Out somewhere. You looking for her?
Yeah.
Well, you're just in time. She and Uncle Charles are going abroad, you know. Sailing tonight.
Oh, who's Uncle Charles?
Lydia's guardian. Keeper to the keys to the Bradshaw exchequer.
Well, that sounds important.
It is.
Oh, and the chips, huh?
Oh, no. He just has a pair of scissors to clip the coupons for Lydia, which, incidentally, is a full-time job.
Mm-hmm.
And that concludes my dissertation on the Bradshaws, a morbid subject at best. Let's talk about you.
Sure, sweetheart. After we talk about a quick way I can get a hold of Uncle Charles.
I beg your pardon?
This friend is Uncle Charles.
Pretty quick. How do you do, Mr. Bradshaw?
Ah, Mr. Runyon, isn't it?
It is. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Strange girl. Now, Mr. Runyon.
I've come on a peculiar errand, Mr. Bradshaw. When do you expect your niece Lydia back?
Oh, in an hour, perhaps 2. Why?
I wonder if she'd consider making a short visit to Melville Hospital.
Melville? Good heavens, what for?
A client of mine thinks he killed her last night.
Now, just a minute. What kind of nonsense is this?
I know it sounds crazy, but it isn't nonsense. His name's George Dutton, and he's in the alcoholic ward. He fell off the wagon last night, but hard. He has seen your niece riding around in her convertible. She impressed him. So, instead of the usual pink elephants, he had some hallucination about taking a ride with her last night and killing her. We can't talk him out of it.
Well, that's fantastic. What do you want Lydia to do about it?
Well, just stop by the hospital and convince him he's wrong, that's all.
But don't you understand we're sailing for Europe at midnight?
Now, look, this will only take her 10 minutes. It may mean the man's sanity.
Well...
Otherwise, he's liable to be running around to the police and the newspapers.
Well, I'll ask Lydia to drop by.
Good, then thanks. I'll be running along, then. Sorry to trouble you, Mr. Bradshaw.
Well, what's the verdict, Runyon? You think I'm nuts now, too, huh?
George, listen. Now, hold of yourself. This doesn't mean you're nuts. Could happen to anyone.
Shut up. What was her name?
Lydia Bradshaw.
Bradshaw?
Yeah, and she's coming over here to see you.
Now, listen, Runyon. You're working for me. See, you're not working for them. You're
now, wait
working...
a minute, George.
You listen to me. I'm telling you this happened. I was there. I wasn't in bed dreaming it. This dame is dead. Do you understand that?
Shut up over there.
I won't shut up.
I'm telling you, kids, you'll go off your rockers.
Now, look, Doc, wait. Look, George. There's no use arguing about it. I talked to her uncle. The girl's coming here. That'll convince you, won't it?
She's not coming here because she's dead. She's dead. I held her with these two arms. I heard the gun go off. I felt her go limp in my arms. In my arms. Oh, no. No.
I'm sorry. Who's George Duffy?
Right over there.
I'm Lydia Bradshaw.
Well, what about it, George?
You're all right?
What do you mean, Mr. Duffy?
Last night we were together, don't you remember?
Well, no. Sorry, I don't. I don't remember ever seeing you before.
Go away. Go away.
Come on.
Isn't there anything I can do?
No, you may as well go now.
But the poor man...
You heard what he said. Now go on, get out of here. Get out.
I'm terribly sorry.
Thanks very much, Miss Bradshaw.
I do hope you'll be all right.
Yeah. Good night.
Good night.
Well, George, is that the girl?
Yeah. That's the girl.
So that tied it up. I refunded him $50 of the $100 he gave me, recommended a good psychiatrist, and took off. It was after my dinner time, so I walked toward the East 50s and a little Italian restaurant that makes wonderful lasagna. Suddenly, I found myself looking across the street at a bar on the opposite corner with a blazing red rooster in neon lights. Of course, he could have dreamed this, too. In his heyday, he probably knew every pub in town. But the business of the trash can opposite the entrance, which was right where he said it was pretty accurate dreaming, even for a professional dreamer like George. For this reason, I decided to sacrifice my dignity. I sidled up to the trash can and began probing around. It was there. A slim volume in black morocco with gold lettering on the cover reading, Skyward, Poems in Praise of Death by Lydia Bradshaw. I kicked myself for refunding that $50. I stood for a minute in the glow of the red rooster sign and thumbed through the book of poems. Then I went into the bar.
Yes, sir. What'll you have?
Make it a beer.
Any special kind?
Well...
How about a tall, cool glass of McCoy's Pale Ale?
That sounds like a commercial.
It is. See the sign up there? Don't let them fool you, brother. Reach for the real McCoy.
Okay, I'm sold. Draw one.
Right.
I quaffed my real McCoy and skimmed through Lydia's Odes to the Dark Angel. Tossing a Morocco-bound book into a trash can, it seemed a strange thing for a girl to do until you read the poetry, whereupon it became clearly the only thing to do. It was so awful, I gave up trying to read it and concentrated on the frontispiece, which, as with all privately printed works, was a picture of the author. Looking at it now, it seemed to me as if I'd seen Lydia Bradshaw somewhere before she'd walked into George's room at the hospital. But I couldn't put my finger on it.
How about another real McCoy?
No. Wait a minute. Don't go away.
Yeah?
Were you here last night?
Sure. Why?
Here, take a look at this picture. You ever seen
her? Who is she?
Name's Lydia Bradshaw. Was she in here last night?
I don't know. Maybe, but I don't remember seeing her. She came in with the after-theater bunch. I wouldn't remember anyway. Mobbing here 4 deep at the bar.
Why, Frank.
Huh? Oh, excuse me, I gotta...
Wait a minute, Frank. What do you mean you don't know Lydia?
Well, I didn't say that, Miss Cameron.
Frank?
I didn't say I don't know her. I only said I wouldn't remember if she was in here during rush hour last night. Excuse me, I got a customer waiting.
Customer my foot. The liar. Oh, please don't think I'm dogging your footsteps, Mr. Runyon.
How do you happen to come here?
Always do.
You say he knows your cousin, Lydia Bradshaw?
He ought to. He owns the place. Tell me, did you steal that book from the library?
Oh, no. I picked it out of the trash can outside.
What?
Yeah, Scout's on her.
But it's the only one she has left. She'd die before she'd throw it away.
How about afterwards?
What do you mean?
No, just skip it. Here, look at this inscription on the fly list. To Greg. Someday I'll find you. What does she mean by that?
Greg Stanhope. She used to think she was in love with him. Maybe she was, I don't know. But Uncle Charles decided it was wrong and broke it up. A fatal mistake, I might add.
Why fatal?
They found Greg the next day with a champagne glass in one hand and a gun in the other. He'd shot himself.
Hello, George?
Yeah?
This is Runyon.
What do you waste your time on me for, Runyon? I'm nuts, you know. I'm
Now,
crazy.
shut up, George. Take it easy. Answer me a couple of questions. You know anybody named Stanhope?
Greg Stanhope?
Yeah.
No, I never heard of him.
How did you happen to say Greg?
I don't know. It just popped into my head. Greg Stanhope. It goes together somehow. Greg... Wait a minute. I do know. Yeah, she was talking about him last night. That's who she toasted when she raised her glass just before she shot.
Okay. Now, one more question, George. Did anyone see you leave the building last night?
Was sure the janitor.
Anyone else?
No.
Well, look, supposing it went like you said. Suppose someone picked you off the floor at the Bradshaw apartment and brought you home. Is there anyone who'd know exactly where to hang your clothes and straighten out the rest of your apartment besides you?
Sure, the janitor would, but he already told you.
He's got a couple of sidelines. George, as a writer, this may come as a disappointment to you, but you aren't nuts.
Listen, Mr. Runyon, get your foot out of my door before
Now, take it easy, pal. I'm coming in.
I already told you all I know about George Dutton.
That I'm inclined to doubt. Now, sit down, pal. You've had a hard day pushing a broom and raking in cash.
You want I should call a cop? There's a law against breaking into a guy's apartment.
There's also a law against criminal conspiracy.
I said I give it to you this afternoon, all of it. Don't call me no criminal conspiracy because I'm janitor, no criminal, see?
How much did Charles Bradshaw pay you to tell me George wasn't out of his apartment last night?
I don't know nothing, I tell you. Now get out of here.
Now, you come clean first. You saw George coming and going. You helped Bradshaw put him to bed last night.
No, I didn't. Honest, I didn't.
You better level with me, Buster, before I knock...
Don't come near me.
Someone had fired through the window and nailed the janitor before I could make him talk. I rushed over, opened the window, and hit the back alley in half a minute flat, but it was too late. The car roared off half a block away, and that was that. I walked back to where the killer must have stood, trying to make sense out of nonsense. I'd run into my share of murders, but this was the first time in my book that someone committed one to cover up another one someone else had confessed to. Now, if that sounds confusing, it's only because it was. A party was going on 3 floors up. It was nice to know someone was having a good time because I wasn't. I leaned back against the wall and mopped my head. There had to be an answer somewhere. And it was lucky I'd leaned back, or I would have been brained. A bottle whistled down 3 floors and glanced off my shoulder and bounced into some soft rubbish in the alley. I picked it up, looked at the label, and suddenly it hit me. It was an answer from out of the blue. Don't let them fool you, brother, it said. Reach for the real McCoy. I found a phone and called the hospital and left instructions for George. Then I hailed a cab and rushed over to Lydia Bradshaw's apartment. What time is it, Miss,
Bradshaw.
Yeah, Bradshaw.
It's almost 11. As I told you, Mr. Runyon, Uncle Charles is extremely busy taking care of the baggage and won't have time to talk to you before we
Yeah,
sail.
sure, I know. How come you forgot that trunk over there, Miss,
Bradshaw.
Yeah, Bradshaw. I'm having a tough time with that name. What about that trunk?
It's full of his first editions for the vault while we're gone.
Mm-hmm. Now, let's see. Where was I?
Will you stop reading that stupid book?
Stupid. Listen to this. Astride the cosmic threshold, I gazed back toward the old familiar lighted realm once more, then resolutely turned my face the new way, toward the wild, unlighted shore. 3 guesses now. Byron, Keats, or Nick Kenny?
I don't know and I don't care.
Well, you ought to know, baby. You wrote it.
What do you mean, Mr. Runyon?
Poems in Praise of Death by Lydia Bradshaw. This mean anything to you?
Yes. An empty beer bottle, isn't it?
Yeah. Someone almost brained me with it tonight. McCoy's Pale Ale. Don't let 'em fool you, brother. Reach for the real McCoy. Still don't remember?
Should I?
Yeah. It took me a while, but I did. I wondered why you looked familiar to me.
Me?
Yeah. You 2 girls, 2 pictures. One of these girls is Lydia Bradshaw, Park Avenue debutante, and the other is a professional model. Which one is the real McCoy? It was an ad in all the magazines 3 years ago.
You figured out which is which by now, I presume.
Yeah. Why did you play along with him?
Is there any harm in it?
Well, I can think of about 6 laws you're breaking, not the least of which is criminal conspiracy.
Criminal? What are you...
Just a minute, Lydia. Stay where you are, both of you.
Oh.
My name's not Lydia. Let's stop the pretense.
Gonna make it a double-header tonight, Uncle Charles?
I might.
Double what?
Murder.
Murder? What are you... Shut up. But murder? I didn't know anything about this. All you said was she killed herself and you wanted to avoid a scandal about suicide.
It was a scandal, all right, but not about suicide, wasn't it, Uncle Charles?
But what was it?
When Lydia killed herself last night, it threw the whole estate into the hands of the executors, opened the books to the accountants. How much had you embezzled, Uncle Charles? A couple of $100 G's, maybe?
More than that, Runyon. But you're wrong on technicality. It's not a scandal, not unless it gets out. And it's not going to get out. I killed once. They can't do any more to me for 2 or 3.
You can't cover it that way, Bradshaw.
No? Watch me, Runyon. Watch me.
Don't, Mr. Bradshaw, no.
Hey, Runyon. Runyon, this is the place.
George, you're just in time.
Huh? Who?
You killed him.
No, but he's going to have quite a headache. The McCoy Company puts out a good bottle, too.
Catcher?
It's 2 down. Put her on the sofa, George, while I call headquarters.
Yeah. Lydia Bradshaw.
No. This is the reasonably accurate facsimile. We'll find Lydia Bradshaw in that trunk over there.
Well, then I did kill her.
No, you didn't. She committed suicide, but her guardian didn't dare let it be known, or he'd have been discovered as an embezzler.
What do you mean?
Skip it for now. I need a drink. How about you?
Runyon, if it's all the same to you, I'll take sarsaparilla.
The Fat Man, starring J. Scott Smart, was directed by Clark Andrews. The script was written by Harold Swanton. Heard on tonight's show were Lyle Sudrow as George Dutton and Gertrude Warner as Joan Cameron. The music was composed by Mark Winston. Your announcer, Don Lowe. Listen next week to another exciting adventure of the Fat Man. G-Note for Murder. This program came to you from New York.
Welcome back. Well, this is another one of those plots. If there's a series that reminds me at all of the Fat Man, or vice versa, I'd say it'd be Barry Craig. A lot of the mysteries we hear here are ones that I could very easily imagine being told on Barry Craig, and this is kind of towards the top of the list in that regard. Well, now we do turn to listener comments and feedback. This comment comes from Arlene. What you're doing here is so awesome. I've always loved detective shows, but mostly old-time radio shows. I listen to them every night. Sherlock, Holmes, Sam Spade, Nero Wolfe, Johnny Dollar. I just enjoy it so much more than television. I have hundreds of shows on CD that I've now put on iPod. I thought I was crazy. None of my friends listen to them. It's nice to know other people like them too. I almost think that it was watching the Waltons on TV that got me started. They used to all gather around the radio. Thanks for doing what you do. I'm not sure how to contribute to this, but let me know. I kind of want to have high school kids bring back radio shows on local stations. I'm a teacher, Arlene. Well, thanks so much, Arlene, for your comments and feedback. Over at greatdetectives.net, we do have a donate link that's on the right-hand side, goes to PayPal, and you can donate that way. Or email me, box13 at greatdetectives.net, and I'm more than happy to provide a mailing address for that purpose. I love what you say about bringing radio back for the with the high school kids. If you do opt to do that, a website I heartily recommend is genericradio.com. Generic Radio has a wide variety of scripts, mostly transcriptions from radio programs. People have just sat down and transcribed what they heard. I think in an ideal world, radio to be able to fully come back, it'd be nice if kids could write their own radio scripts and perform them, but finding the information on radio writing can be a challenge. So I recommend genericradio.com to get them at least introduced to the concept. So thanks so much for listening, and appreciate you and all of our listeners out there. And that'll actually do it for today. We'll be back tomorrow with Let George Do It. Join us on next Tuesday for the last episode of The Fat Man, and on Sunday for The Fat Man Movie. Well, today's episode is brought to you by the financial support of our listeners. Thank you so much for all your support. It allows us to be able to do all we do here, and truly appreciate it. Now it's time for today's episode. I'll let George do it. The Deadly Pines.
Personal notice. Danger's my stock and trade. If the job's too tough for you to handle, you got a job for me, George Valentine. Write full details.
Standard Oil Company of California invites you to Let George Do It. Before we begin tonight's adventure, here's a performance report on heavy-duty RPM motor oil. As you know, scientists tested hundreds of motor oils in laboratories and in crankcases before discovering heavy-duty RPM. Only after these scientists were sure did they claim heavy-duty RPM doubles engine life, the time between major overhauls due to lubrication. And now additional proof is being furnished by users themselves. One taxicab company, for example, operating in the tough grind all cabs go through, found that heavy-duty RPM actually reduced engine wear 71%, more than doubling engine life. So for top performance from your car, get heavy-duty RPM motor oil at any independent Chevron gas station or standard station, where they say and mean, we take better care of your car. And now, tonight's story, The Deadly Pines, another adventure of George Valentine.
Dear Mr. Valentine, I'm sure you've heard people talk romantically about towering pines, majestic pines, pines that fling their branches like banners against the sky. Well, I come from a lumbering family. I love trees, loved them, and now I fear them with all my heart. And I'm not the only one. Everybody in this little town of High Timber is afraid, because in the last few weeks, no less than 4 forest fires have been deliberately set by someone in our midst. So far, we've been able to put them out. But there's always the next time. And the pines all around us, the deadly pines, can become a flaming coffin. I need help, Mr. Valentine, and right away. Sincerely, Dave Heron.
No, thanks. No more coffee, Mr. Heron.
How about you, Miss Brooks?
Oh, I think I've had enough, thanks.
Okay. Just throw mine up again, will you, Whitey?
Yes, Dave. Yes, sure thing. With the whole town having the jitters, I might as well close up this place. High Timber Diner. High Timber Morgue is more like it.
Yeah, Whitey, yeah, I know.
Now, Mr. Heron, as I'm beginning to get it, you have a personal reason for wanting me to find out who sets those forest fires. I mean, in addition to your concern as a citizen of High Timber.
Yeah, the Sheriff Stebbins, doesn't seem to be able to find out anything about these fires, and I can't take any more chances. If the fire crowns in the big timber up there, I'll be ruined.
You in particular, Mr. Heron? I mean, more so than the others around here?
That's right. The others who have holdings here may have other property, other investments. I don't. I just got out of school of forestry a couple of years ago, took over this place my father left me, and, well, if this thing's destroyed, I'll have nothing.
I see. Well, tell me, these fires, how come that they were always gotten under control?
Oh, that's the crazy part of it, Valentine. Whoever sets these fires first makes sure it's in a place that has a natural fire line, a road, a ledge of rock, maybe. That's been the only thing that saved us.
The forest and the trees. Yes, they're jealous of us human beings who come in and take their glory away from them. I know. So they fight back. Oh, yes, how they fight back.
Whitey, people don't believe in superstitions anymore, and
I was a good logger, as good as they come. But the trees got even with me. For no reason anybody could give, a tree crashed on me. Now I can't walk like a man no more. The trees fight back.
Oh, this is so much nonsense. Somebody, some man sets those fires. This isn't any spirit of the forest.
The trees fight back in many ways. They make lumbermen fight between themselves. Hatred and greed and bitterness. They make pretty good weapons for the trees.
Well, these sort of indirect weapons, huh?
But the trees are smart. They've been here a long time before we came here, and they're going to be standing a long time after we're gone.
Valentine, please, listen to me. These fires are senseless. First, picking the spots with the natural fire lines. And second, they've taken place in the holdings of different people around here. Mine, C.J. Murdoch's, Frank Redmond's, the sheriff's.
The sheriff is a lumberman, too?
Sure, this is a small town. Stebbins is sheriff because there was nobody running against him.
The sheriff won't be able to do anything against the trees.
When was the last fire, Mr. Heron? How long ago?
4 days ago in the Murdoch holdings.
Well, maybe that was the last of them. Since there's no reason for these fires, maybe they'll stop just as suddenly as they started.
Gee, I'd sure like to share your optimism, Miss Brooks, but I don't think I can.
No. The fires won't stop.
Well, Helen, I don't know how much use I can be, but might as well begin to look around.
You still can't get over that I'm C.J. Murdoch, huh, my dear?
Well, that is, lumbering is a man's game,
and a dainty creature like me is in it? Well, I can boss a crew of loggers and can swing an axe right alongside the best of them.
That I don't doubt.
Oh, it is a tough game, and I don't ask for any favors because I'm the only woman in it, but about those fires,
yes?
I'm just as scared of them as our young friend, Dave Heron.
Well, tell me, how much damage did the fire cause to your property?
Well, an acre or two burned out, but it looked as if it all was going. We only have a volunteer fire department. We all work like dogs to try and stop the fire from spreading.
Now, you're a practical, realistic woman, Mrs. Murdoch.
Miss Murdoch.
Oh. Well, anyway, there must be a good, solid reason for these fires. And I'd like you to think back and see if you can give us any sort of lead. Well, have you had any trouble with the other lumber owners?
No. Oh, I did have some trouble with Stan a couple of weeks ago.
Stan?
Stan Kibrick. Big blonde giant of a man. One of the best toppers you'll find anywhere. But a troublemaker. Especially when he gets a couple of drinks in him. I fired him.
Oh, now, that sounds interesting. Stan still around High Timber?
Yeah. He's not working for anybody as far as I can see.
Well, isn't that kind of unusual? If he's as good as he is?
Well, Frank Redmond had him for a while, but had a fight with him. So did Dave Heron. I guess Stan's just no good for here.
Well, thanks a lot, Miss Murdoch. At least it's a beginning. Stebbins Lumber. It's the little building over there, Angel.
George, I don't like this whole situation. It's so easy for anyone to start a fire, strike a match.
And there's no sense to it. No one gains anything.
Mister, I want to talk to you.
What?
And you'd better listen. Good.
Oh, yeah. You Stan Kibrick, friend?
Yeah. And get this straight, stranger. You must have come here for only one reason. You try to frame me for those fires, and I'll kill you.
Well, now, that's a nice, friendly welcome to town, Stan.
One of them hired you to snoop around, huh? I don't care which one. I'm not getting framed, and I'm not leaving High Timber till I find out who the firebug is.
Well, then we can work together, Mr. Kibrick. Just one happy little family.
You stay out of this, miss. And, mister, if you're going to see that fat-faced sheriff, you can give him my message, too.
Well, Stan, you must agree that you do seem to have a nice motive.
Yeah.
And you've got nothing to lose by burning down the property of people you have no love for.
I hate them. Thinking they're better than me. But this sort of thing catches up with them by itself. I don't have to do anything about it.
Oh, the trees get back at him, huh? That's the second time I heard that kind of thing, Stan.
All I'm going to see is that I don't get to be a fall guy. That I'm in on the finish. You or nobody else is going to stop that. I'd remember that if I were you, stranger.
The trees fight back with hatred and greed and violence.
And we're still on our way to see the sheriff, remember? Here's Stebbins' place, Brooksy.
Don't you call me a pirate, Redmond?
Pirate! That That's what you are, Simmons.
I'll get your head in.
Yeah, more sweetness than light in there.
Wait a minute, Angel. Let the
You do
chips
nothing
fall
to
some
me.
more.
All you can do is hijack my best men. Offer them bonuses they never get. But they're afraid to squawk because you're the sheriff.
Yep, Sheriff. And you and Heron better not forget it. That Valentine guy that come here is going to get out now. I don't need any help.
Everybody's friendly.
Yeah, we'll stop them fires without any help from outsiders.
Oh, no, things simmered down.
Yeah.
Come on.
Some crackpot starting them fires for no reason at all, and Yeah? What can I do for you folks?
Hello?
My name's Valentine, Sheriff Stebbins.
Oh. Now look here, Valentine.
You don't need any meddlers here in my timber.
What?
Well, the door was open and you weren't exactly whispering.
Oh. Well, that's the way it's going to be. Now, we don't need any help
Young
here.
man, I'll give you my personal check for $500 if you catch the firebug before I'm forced to sell out.
Now, look here, Redmond. I told you...
Wait.
Oh, no.
What's that? What's that bell?
Another fire.
Sheriff! Redmond, fire! The biggest fire so far! Hurry up! Hurry up!
Hey, a couple of you guys get over there. Down the hill.
Yeah, it's starting to catch on fire.
Give me one of those pumps, Heron.
Yeah, let's go, Valentine.
If the wind ever shifts now, it's goodbye.
George, I was looking for you.
Foxy, I thought I told you to stay away from here.
I'm here with Canary. Every man's up to his neck, so we're going to turn the cars around. Then we won't get caught if we have to make a run for it. George, it was such a close call. It was so close.
Yeah, Bugsy. But it's under control now.
I almost had us licked. Even though that rock slide over there made a darn good fire line. Oh, if I could only get my hands on the loadout.
That's the way everybody feels. But that doesn't do much good.
Is it all really under control now?
Yeah, just about, Angel. The men are just spreading around to keep watch a while, just in case the fire should break out again anywhere.
The deadly pines.
What do you mean by that?
No, the dead pines. Just a little while ago they were alive, and now...
Here, folks, I brought some coffee for you. Good hot coffee.
Oh, you're a beautiful sight, Whitey. Real beautiful.
Not much more a crippled ex-lumberjack can do, is there? Here you are, young lady.
Oh, thanks.
This is the sheriff's property, ain't it? That's the second time for the sheriff.
That's right, Whitey.
Yes, a big man. Stebbins is so sure he's a big man. Important. Yes, but the trees are bigger. And after a while, new trees will grow here with green leaves. And the leaves will rustle. And it'll sound like the trees laughing at us.
Daddy, stop it.
Nobody will ever find out who's setting them fires. And maybe nobody will ever stop them.
Cut it out with you, Whitey. I'm a big boy now, and I don't believe in wood spirits or goblins or deadly pines.
And still, here we are. Exactly no place.
Yeah. But there has to be some sense behind all this, a pattern. And I'm just beginning to make it out.
In just a moment, we'll return to tonight's adventure of George Valentine. Maybe you're a driver who's managed to get through the winter on smooth tires. Well, summer is a different story. Heat is your tire's worst enemy. Heat saps the mileage out of tires, weakens them, and causes blowouts. So if your tires are on their last miles, now's the time to switch over to brand new Atlas tires. Independent Chevron gas stations and standard stations feature these famous Atlas tires, and they'll be glad to install them for you. With tough, rugged Atlas tires on your car, you know you're safe and secure. You'll find wide, flat treads on Atlas tires, treads that put more rubber on the road, give you better traction. And they're thick treads with good, deep grooves and hundreds of tough anti-skid edges for greater safety. And furthermore, Atlas tires are backed by a written warranty that gives you 12 months protection against tire damage from any road hazard. A warranty that's honored by more than 38,000 Atlas dealers from coast to coast in the United States and in Canada, too. Convenient monthly budget terms are also available. All in all, Your best tire deal is Atlas, so plan now to stop in soon, get a tire checkup, and ask about new Atlas tires at any standard station or independent Chevron gas station, where they say and mean, we take better care of your car. You come to the small lumbering community of High Timber because there have been a number of senseless, horrible forest fires. You find the town seething with all sorts of violent emotions, and you quickly get together a substantial list of suspects, ranging from a bitter, crippled ex-logger to a sheriff who refuses your help as if it were poison. Yes, many, many things happen in a short time. But even if your name is George Valentine, you're nowhere near any solution when the latest fire has finally burned itself out and you're ready to go back to town.
Oh, Valentine, may I see you a minute? Them others still have to get all the equipment back in the car.
Yes, Sheriff, what is it?
Well, I hope you didn't misunderstand what I said to you back in the office.
Misunderstand? Why, Sheriff, how could I?
Well, I mean, I was upset. Everybody riled me about these fires, and in front of Redmond, well, anyway, I want you to go ahead and see if you can find out anything about this firebug. I'll give you all the help I can.
Hey, this change of heart, Sheriff. It isn't due to the fact that this fire is on your holdings, that it was only a toss-up whether we'd ever get it under control?
Well, of course, that's part of it, of course. But it's also that this is a case I don't think I can ever solve. How do you go about looking for anybody? Nothing to start on, nothing to go on. Well, I'll probably have to sell out.
Sheriff, I've got to see you.
What? Oh, look, Kimbrick, I'm busy right now.
But you don't understand. I've been looking for you. I was way down the other side, fighting the fire. Just got through.
Okay, big boy, take it easy, will you?
Oh, Valentine, I'm glad to see you're here. Maybe you can help.
Well, how things have changed, not you, too.
I was out here earlier this afternoon.
On my property? Why?
I told you, Valentine, I was going to find out who set the fire.
Yeah?
Well, just before I noticed the fire broke out, somebody took a shot at me with a rifle.
What's that?
Yeah, I couldn't see who it was, but I guess he must have thought that I saw him and wasn't taking any chances. I tried to chase him, but then the fire started.
You know exactly where you were when you were shot at?
Well, not exactly, but pretty much.
What's on your mind, Valentine?
It's getting dark, but it's worth a chance while we still have all these people here. It'd be very interesting if we found that empty cartridge.
George, this is even more hopeless than looking for the proverbial needle.
Oh, wait a minute, Angel. Something's going on over there.
You'll be all right. Come on. Here.
Hey, what's happening?
Here, now, take a sip of this.
Yeah, thanks.
Feel better?
How's that?
Hey, Whitey, what's happened?
Well, I found a cartridge right there near the tree.
Yeah, we heard you call out.
I found a cartridge, but then somebody must have sneaked up behind me. I didn't see who it was, and he smashed me on the head.
Yeah, the cartridge is gone. Well, this time for good.
Yeah, for good. Well, nothing we can do now but go on back to town.
The firebug is taking no chances. No chances at all.
George, there was a note left for you here at the hotel.
Oh, left right home.
Well, the clerk doesn't know, so somebody must have watched him, and when he went in the back, left it right there near the cash register. Here it is.
Let's see. Valentine, if you want to know who set the fires and why, be at Lookout Point tonight at 10, alone. If you are not alone, I will know it and will not be there. Uh-huh. This is very interesting.
There's no return address on the back. George, it's just a trick to get you out there.
Maybe. But there isn't another lead in this whole crazy thing, not even the beginning of one.
I want to go along with you, George.
Yeah, I know you do, Angel. And you know that's why I could never let you.
Oh, darling.
Now, come on. I got to make some inquiries about the location of Lookout Point. Punctuality is certainly not one of our friend's virtues. Unless somebody found out about that note and made sure he'd never talk to him. Huh? Hey, who's that? What? Oh, no. Oh, it's hot. It's hot. It's so hot. Hey, what was that? Where am I? What? Fire. The whole place is on fire. Which way? Oh, now, which way? There's got to be some way out. Oh, which way shall I go? That's it. Come on. Come on, Valentine. Don't lose your head. If the animals head in this direction, this must be it. Oh, come on now. You must just keep going. Keep going. As long as you can. Just keep going. Roxy! Roxy!
George, oh, darling. Your hair and your eyebrows.
No, easy, Brooksy. I'm okay.
Valentine, we couldn't believe it when we saw you stumble out of those flames toward us. We didn't think you'd ever be anywhere near
I
us.
didn't know where to look.
That was a close one, all right. Now, looks like this fire was checked, too.
Yeah, but it took every bit of luck all of us had.
There wouldn't be much explaining to do if I never get out of it. People would just say I was looking for evidence and got trapped in the fire and never had a chance.
I just couldn't sit in that hotel and do nothing, so I finally went out to Lookout Point, and you weren't there. And then I saw the fire, and I had the most terrible feeling.
Good for me that you did, Angel.
Better let me take you to the car and get you back into town. You need a good night's rest.
What'd I do?
Everybody came over to see how you were. Carrie, Dave Heron, Sheriff Stebbins, Mr. Redmond, even Whitey. They were also worried about you.
Oh, yeah, sure. Everybody in High Timber is worried about me. Especially the one who paid me that courtesy visit on Lookout Point. But tomorrow morning will be time enough to go into that.
Valentine, I asked you to come down here to Sheriff Stebbins' office because even though I hired you, you've become involved with all of us here in High Timber.
Yeah, and since we've reached a decision about what we're going to do, we thought we'd all get together this morning.
A decision? This sounds momentous.
We're selling out. All four of us.
Oh, I see.
Yes, after all the violence yesterday, what happened to Stan and Whitey and finally you, Mr. Valentine, we agree with Miss Murdoch that we can't take any more chances.
But wouldn't you be taking a terrific loss, all of you?
We sure will, my dear. Getting out with a piece of the pie is better than losing the whole darn shebang.
Miss Murdoch has already contacted some people in Portland who are willing to gamble. There's no way we can fight it, Valentine. There's a madman loose somewhere, and it's only a question of time until he ruins all of us.
That last fire was on my property, you know. When I took a long look at what was left of those 5 acres, I said to myself, let them call you a quitter, Carrie, but you're getting out.
Uh-huh. Of course, all of you should know that there's no madman or screwball involved in this case at all. That all the fires were set for a very sound financial reason.
George, how do you figure that?
Oh, man, that's nonsense. Every one of the four of us has had at least one fire on his property, suffered loss of money.
Okay. I'm going to give you one way this thing could work. Someone, an unknown X, wants to scare the neighbors and competitors into selling out for practically nothing.
Now, look here, Valentine. Are you accusing one of us?
Let me go on, will you, Sheriff Stebbins? So this X begins to set the fires, always making sure that there's a natural fire line around them. Doesn't want to destroy the timber that X is eventually going to get.
But, George, there were fires on all
Yeah, I know, of course, Brooks. He had to be to avoid suspicion. But the blackmail by fire didn't work as quickly as X expected, and people, including us, began to snoop around. So X didn't even stop at attempted murder. And this morning, X's plan has succeeded.
The whole thing still doesn't make any business sense. We're all selling out to people outside of High Timber.
Oh, X is smart, yeah, very smart. Stooges will buy up this doomed, ill-starred timberland, X will operate the holdings through these stooges. The profits will be just as great, even though they're one step removed.
Yeah, but to do all this for a business reason.
A couple of $100,000 will make some people do all sorts of incredible things.
But still, where are we now? Valentine, do you know who Mr. X is?
Sheriff, you'll notice I never said it was Mr. X. Because it's Miss X, isn't it, Carrie?
What?
Have you gone clear out of your head, Valentine?
No, not at all. There's such a thing as reverse psychology, Carrie.
What?
And that's what made me think of you in the first place. Dave Herron, Sheriff Stebbins, Frank Redmond, all of them talked about the possibility of having to sell out if the fires continued. They were sore and they yelled real loud. But they did the natural thing and talked about the practical matter of selling out.
Yeah, we did. But so what?
You never did, Carrie. The only woman in the crowd, the only woman in a tough, rough, all-man game, and you never talked of selling out. Not until now. Not until you've won.
Why,
You didn't talk about it because that was your real plan, and you were conscious of it, and were so careful to stay away from the subject.
Just talk. Talk. What proof have you got?
The only woman in a man's game. It double-crossed you, Carrie. That note which was left for me at the hotel.
You can never tell who wrote it.
How do you know that, Miss Murdoch?
Well, it just stands to reason.
Don't
that's
squirm,
all.
Carrie. When you got through printing the note so carefully, you licked the envelope to seal it. And you didn't even stop to think that it would have some lipstick on the back flap.
I didn't. I couldn't
The
have.
notes and the envelope are in my hotel room, Carrie. Any good police laboratory can prove it was your lipstick.
All right. I did it. I'd have gotten away with it,
The
too.
only woman. She's all yours, Sheriff.
George.
Yeah, Brooksy.
This case isn't really closed, you know. I have a surprise for you. Back at the hotel.
Sometimes you drive in the country, sometimes you drive in town. Shift to the gas with all 8 for top performance all around. Yes, Chevron Supreme gasoline gives you all 8 high-performance qualities in correct balance. Economy mileage, full power, fast warm-up, smooth acceleration, anti-knock, vapor lock prevention, quick starting, and area blending. So for top all-around performance, fill up with Chevron Supreme gasoline at standard stations and independent Chevron gas stations where they say and mean we take better care of your car.
Yeah, the note is here, but the envelope is gone.
That's the surprise.
Well, now, wait a
I
minute.
didn't think the envelope had any importance, and when I got through chewing a piece of gum this morning, I put it in that and threw it away.
Oh, no. And there I was, talking about proof, boasting about having definite proof. Oh, it's lucky Carrie confessed.
I told you I had a surprise.
Yeah, a miracle of understatement.
And you know, George, there's a lot of truth to this business of reverse psychology.
Uh-huh.
Staying away from the subject which is really very much in your mind. I often wondered why you stay away from ever mentioning our future. Now I know. You have wonderful, deep-seated plans, and you're afraid of letting them slip. Oh, darling.
Tonight's adventure of George Valentine has been brought to you by Standard Oil Company of California on behalf of independent Chevron gas stations and standard stations throughout the West. Robert Bailey is starred as George with Virginia Gregg as Brooksy. Let George Do It was written by David Victor and Jackson Gillis and directed by Kenneth Webb. Roland Morris was heard as Dave, Jeanette Nolan as Carrie, Victor Rodman as the Sheriff, Clayton Post as Stan, and Forrest Lewis as Redmond. The music was composed and presented by Eddie Dunstetter. Your announcer, John Heaston. Listen again next week, same time, same station, to Let George Do It. Let George Do It is heard overseas through the worldwide facilities of the Armed Forces Radio Service. This is the Mutual Don Lee Broadcasting System.
Welcome back. Well, there are a few things here. First, one of those rare episodes where nobody dies. Secondly, I was somewhat dubious of the final clue. I've gotten a lot of envelopes in my life, and none of them have had any lipstick on it. And I guess that raises a few possibilities, I guess, the way it could be. One is that maybe the composition of lipstick was different back then, some 60 years ago. Or perhaps it'd be more likely if a lady put on a thick amount of lipstick, and certainly there have been, and I've seen women who've done that. If there are any lipstick experts in the audience, and that is not as strange a request as you may think, I'd love to hear if you have any thoughts on the probability of this particular outcome. The other thing, too, kind of with this type of show, one thing that I find myself curious about is the lack of a specific location for so many of these adventures. Their home city is never named, though I think we can say it's Los Angeles or one of the suburbs based on clues. And the locations they're going to are also not known. Though I would probably guess with something like this, it'd probably be somewhere in northern California. It's interesting because there are so many other series that use real towns and cities, at least for the home base. All right, well, that'll do it for today. Join us back here tomorrow for Sherlock Holmes, and a week from today for another episode of Let George Do It. I do encourage you to check out our books on Amazon. In paperback, we have my superhero parody novel, Tales of the Dim Knot, also available for the Kindle, free for those of you who have Amazon Prime. I think you'll enjoy that. We've also got a new novella sequel out, Powerhouse Flies Again. And then there's a book I've been mentioning for quite a while, All I Needed to Know, I Learned from Columbo. And that is available on in various ebook forms, from the Kindle, for the iPad, for the Nook, and all other readers at smashwords.com. And that one we take a look at 7 great detectives and 12 life lessons from their careers and history. It's a fun read and is available as an ebook. Well, now we're going to get into today's episode of Sherlock Holmes, The Guest in the Coffin.
From New York City, the makers of Clipper Craft Clothes for Men and more than 1,200 leading retail stores from coast to coast present Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's immortal character, the world's most famous detective, Sherlock Holmes, starring John Stanley. This week's story, The Guest in the Coffin.
Well, there's the funeral coach, Holmes, downstairs. You see it?
Yes, Watson. Come quickly. We must run down the stairs to meet them.
I have my revolver ready, Holmes.
Put it away, Watson. We shan't have need of it. Just yet.
Yes, but they said when the funeral cortege comes, they'd kill you. I can't protect you if I put it away, you know.
My dear Watson, the effort to kill me will not be as obvious as you think. No, it will be completely unexpected and as shocking a spectacle as you've ever witnessed. Men, this is the time of year when our wives are planning their new spring wardrobe, so I don't think I'm out of order when I ask you, isn't it time you bought a new spring suit, too? You don't have to spend a fortune. A genuine Clippercraft worsted suit costs only $45. But don't let that low price fool you. Clippercraft suits look like they cost many, many dollars more. Clippercraft suits have style you'd never expect to buy for $45. In a Clippercraft suit, you look your best. Your shoulders appear broader, your hips seem to taper down. You look and feel like you're somebody important. And you are. You're the best-dressed man in any group. So go pick out a Clippercraft suit for yourself. And while you're about it, get a Clippercraft top coat, too, for only $40 to $47.50. Clippercraft clothes do things for you. Visit your local Clippercraft merchant tomorrow. Dr. Watson, what do you mean by a guest in the coffin? And to what sort of gruesome business would such a guest be invited?
It was in the late 80s, Mr. Harris. It began at Charing Cross Station. There on the platform stood a short, red-faced, chubby gentleman in a black bowler hat. He looked about rather helplessly. Then he beckoned to a police officer.
Constable. Constable.
Yes, sir. May I be of assistance?
I've just arrived here in London and I'm rather confused. Could you direct me to Earl's Court?
Certainly, sir. Just a few stops on the Inner Circle Underground. The entrance to the Underground is just your left, sir.
And that will take me there?
Right you are, sir.
Oh, thank you very much. I'm very grateful.
Not at all, sir.
You must allow me to show my appreciation.
Sorry, sir, we do not accept gratuity.
Oh, but officer, this is a special award. You see, I've selected you.
Selected me?
Yes. You shall be the first of the London police to die.
The poor constable was pushed before the passing train, and his body was crushed. The chubby little gentleman in the black bowler hat vanished instantly into the panic-stricken crowd. This was the first step in a monstrous scheme. The second step was executed in Soho. It was very late in the evening. A bobby on a tour of duty was strolling past a dark alley when he heard a pitiable voice.
Help me. Help me.
Hello in there. Somewhere in this alley?
Yes. Help me.
What's wrong, sir?
I'm very ill. I collapsed here. I can't breathe. My lungs.
Yes, sir, I'll help you. A bit of artificial respiration, then I'll fetch an ambulance. I'll just... You knocked my helmet off. Now, I'll just take you in my arms, so... Oh, one moment. I must put my nightstick aside.
Thank you. All I wanted was...
Your club.
We thought it would be amusing for a police officer to be clubbed to death with his own club.
Be seated, Lestrade. Pacing the floor of my flat in that nervous manner is not conducive to clear thinking.
You may choose to regard this crisis, Holmes, as a bagatelle, a trinket to be toyed with in your mind, but I find it most upsetting.
Inspector Lestrade, how many police have died?
7, Dr. Watson. The officer clubbed to death in Soho was followed by 5 more in various parts of London. You've read the newspapers, Holmes. You're conscious of the terrible fear gripping London. And the morale of the force is at an absolute low.
That is to be expected, Lestrade.
The force is human, Holmes. The men leave for duty in a state of high tension. This series of police murders may lead to an unprecedented crime wave. It's a signal to the scum of the London underworld to storm the very fortress of law itself.
Lestrade, could you abandon the oratory long enough to tell me if there are any clues as to the identity of this Bobby killer?
None whatsoever. Not that we at Scotland Yard are utterly helpless, mind you. But we are obliged to marshal every resource at our command. That's why we are requesting that you lend us the benefits of your incomparable skill as a detective.
Lestrade, your ineptitude as a criminologist is equaled only by your clumsiness as a diplomat. However, I shall look into these reports you've given to me.
They are official copies, Holmes. Reports on the death of each policeman. After reading them, if you've a suggestion...
I shall communicate with you, yes.
It's a horrible business, horrible. Eh, Holmes?
Oh, on the contrary, considering some police officers I know, rather tempting.
Good night, gentlemen.
You are going to help, aren't you, Holmes?
Yes, after reading and analyzing these reports, Watson, I shall take what steps I deem proper. I should say that the most vital point so far is the scope of these crimes. This is not the single discordant note struck by a petty crook. This is a broad, elaborately orchestrated scheme, worthy of a certain very daring type of mind.
I'll answer it, Holmes.
Good evening, Dr. Watson. Mr. Holmes?
Although you apparently recognize us, sir, I do not believe we may return the favor.
My name is Jenkins. Hubert Jenkins.
Is the purpose of your visit connected with the fact that you're a mortician?
How did you surmise that, sir?
Although you are quite short and are wearing a black bowler hat, you stooped as you entered. The doorway is easily high enough. You are, therefore, in the habit of wearing an extremely high hat, the long black hat typical of your profession. Besides, your hands are stained by an acid, arsenic probably, arsenical compounds being used in the preparation of embalming fluid.
Oh, that's amazing, Holmes.
The purpose of my visit is definitely connected with my profession, and I do bury the dead.
What may we do for you, Mr. Jenkins?
I have a message for you, Mr. Holmes, from my employer.
Who is your employer?
The gentleman, with admirable humility, wishes to remain anonymous. He wishes to present you, Mr. Holmes, with a gift as an unknown admirer of yours. Really the finest way to present a gift.
And what is the gift?
A coffin, sir. A coffin.
A coffin?
And to be sure that the offer is accepted in the right spirit and that I'm not forced to go beyond this simple information, I was obliged to bring a gun.
I appreciate your master's thoughtfulness, but I don't believe I can be his guest in the coffin.
Oh, we shall attend to that little detail.
Are you threatening to kill Holmes?
Not threatening, Dr. Watson. Simply announcing a fact. By Friday midnight, Mr. Holmes, there will be need of a coffin for you.
Who sent you? Where are you from? By George, you will answer me.
Now, Dr. Watson, that is why I brought the gun. I do not want to answer any more questions. Mr. Holmes, my master is most anxious for you to be pleased. Do you have a preference as to the type of coffin you wish?
Of all the grotesque, infuriating
Almost any sort of coffin should do, Jenkins.
I shall select one of our very attractive models, Miss Holmes. You may depend on it. It will be in superbly discriminating taste. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'd wind up my affairs if I were you, Mr. Holmes. You've so short a time.
I believe I can spend the remaining days quite profitably, Jenkins.
No doubt, sir. No doubt. Delightful visit, gentlemen. Good evening.
Well, Holmes, what shall we do? Who was he? Who sent him? Why should they want to kill you, Holmes?
We shall do very little, Watson. We shall inform Inspector Lestrade of this extraordinary visit.
Yes, and I'd say we search London for this Jenkins the mortician.
That would be futile. Jenkins is definitely not his correct name. It might take weeks to find him, and we have just a few days. No, we shall merely chat with Lestrade and then wait for Friday midnight.
You mean just wait till they come to kill you, Holmes? That's ridiculous. I'd turn London upside down to find that rascal. Then I'd beat him till he told us the name and whereabouts of his employer.
Impossible to accomplish by Friday, Watson. Besides, why bother? Jenkins promised to return here to Baker Street. He must deliver the exquisite coffin he's selecting.
Well, tell me, Holmes, did you learn anything from Jenkins's visit? Is there a clue as to who on earth is behind all this?
Definitely. My imminent death and the death of a long line of London police are obviously connected.
How?
Both crimes are engineered by the same mind, Watson. No pedestrian mind could conceive of staging this macabre business. Your ordinary criminal would go after me with a knife, and that would be that. No, this is a mind with a more fiendish approach. They want me to suffer mentally before I do physically.
And you propose sitting idly by and waiting until Friday night?
Quite. Oh, I shall make some preparation for the combat, some polishing of the harpoon. Then what remains to be seen is whether, as in the pursuit of Moby Dick, we capture the awful monster, or it devours us.
Oh, it's 5 minutes before 12.
Yes, indeed, Watson. I do hope my would-be killer is a gentleman of his word. I can excuse the attempt to murder me, but Being late for the game is unforgivable.
Oh, really? I don't see how you can be so utterly carefree, Holmes, when you know that a diabolical mind is plotting to kill you within the next 5 minutes. Good Lord, what have you been overconfident, Holmes? And why the devil wouldn't you permit Lestrade to place a cordon of police about this house?
Because, Watson, anyone shrewd enough to have killed all those bobbies and to have flung the gauntlet in my face this way has certainly anticipated a cordon. Besides, with policemen striding about, they might be in the way. We might bungle the capture of the killer. No, I prefer meeting my antagonist single-handed.
4 minutes to 12 now.
Aha, excellent. The killers are on time. The window, Watson, see.
Yes, on the street is the funeral coach. It's pulling up here at our door.
We must go down to greet them, Watson.
Go down to greet them, Holmes? Have you lost your mind? Do you want to place yourself as a perfect target on the street with a gaslight? I'm for bolting the door and standing them up.
Oh, nonsense, Watson. I want to meet them, face to face.
Yes, it's Jenkins, the mortician. He's driving the funeral coach. He has a helper riding beside it.
Come, Watson, quickly. Down the stairs into the street.
They shoot you as you appear the very minute you're on the street.
Oh, not at all, Watson. The effort to kill me will not be as blunt and obvious as that. No, it'll be unexpected and as shocking a spectacle as you've ever witnessed.
Then you know what they'll try to do.
If I'm incorrect, we may only hope the coffin they've brought for me is the correct size and in good taste, since I shall have need of it. Here we are, the street.
Well, here's the funeral coach. There's Jenkins.
Good evening, Mr. Holmes. Dr. Watson.
Good evening, Jenkins.
Oh, steady. Fine horses, don't you think?
Splendid.
We like everything about our funerals to be most impressive. There's your coffin, Mr. Holmes. One of our very best.
Considerate of you.
My master said my helper and I should carry the coffin to your flat.
Don't you move, Jenkins. Your helper either. Holmes will be very much alive at 12 o'clock, if I have anything to say about it.
Oh, we aren't going to touch Mr. Holmes until he's dead, that is. A special way's been arranged for him to die. We've nothing to do with that part of it. It's a plan that begins at 12. There. Yes. Now you will see, gentlemen. Now you will see.
Unless you're already familiar with Clippercraft clothes, you might find it hard to believe that Clippercraft worsted suits cost only $45 and Clippercraft topcoats cost only $40 to $47.50 because they look like they cost much more. There's a good solid reason for this. Clippercraft clothes are sold by over 1,200 independent local merchants who have pooled their tremendous buying power to make these amazing Clippercraft values possible. In Clippercraft clothes, you get workmanship in the finest New England tradition, quality workmanship, and quality materials worthy of the famous Yankee clipper ships from which Clippercraft clothes take their name. The local independent merchants who sell Clippercraft clothes are substantial established businessmen, anxious to win and keep your friendship by giving you honest values. Now, they really mean it when they say, compare Clippercraft clothes with clothes costing many dollars more. That's why men who know insist on Clippercraft clothes bearing the Clippercraft label. So be sure to visit the Clippercraft store in your city.
These leading stores in the metropolitan area are proud to add their names to Clippercraft in your suits and topcoats. In Manhattan, Saks 34th, Broadway at 34th. John Wanamaker Men's Stores, Broadway at 8th and 67 Liberty Street. In Brooklyn, Abraham and Strauss. In Newark, New Jersey, Boulevard Men's Shop, Kresge, Newark. And in Jamaica, the B&B Clothes Shop, 16408 Jamaica Avenue.
Dr. Watson, we left you and Mr. Holmes at a very crucial point. He was about to become someone's guest in a coffin.
So he was, Mr. Harris. Holmes and I stood there on Baker Street by the gaslight in front of the funeral coach. The coffin was a horrible silhouette on the coach. Perched in the driver's seat was Jenkins, the mortician, and his helper. The plan to kill Holmes was to go into operation at midnight, and the clock had just struck 12. Well, Jenkins, the clock has struck. Holmes is alive.
True, Watson, but the plan is in operation, however. Eh, Jenkins?
It certainly is.
Holmes, how can you stand there without seizing this jackanapes?
I'll get to that, Dr. Watson.
Well, Inspector Lestrade. Well, you had him standing by, eh, Holmes?
Of course, Watson, if you'd learned the virtue of patience,
Step down off that driver's seat, Jenkins. Your helper, too.
Oh, no, you don't, Inspector. Get up.
I've a gun! Stop or shoot those horses! You'll be killed when that coach turns over.
Hold up. Whoa! I think too much of my neck, Inspector. I didn't think you'd disregard regulations and carry a gun. But I'm not risking my life to see this through. I'll come down. I'd a lot rather spend a while at Dartmoor than split my head on the road.
Come on. You're under arrest for threatening homicide.
Oh, thank heaven, Holmes. Something's been done about this?
Has it?
Walk ahead of me, Jenkins. My men are at the corner. I'll turn you over to them.
All right.
Seems to have worked successfully, Holmes. We've got the man. Good night.
Good night, Lestrade.
Well, I shall be most interested to learn what was back of all this. Should come out of Jenkins's trial, don't you think? Well, shall we go upstairs, Holmes? Return to the flat?
No, Watson.
Well, why not?
Because we've scotched the snake, not killed it.
Yes, but Jenkins and his man have been taken away.
And what remains before us, Watson?
What remains? Well, the coach, I suppose. And the coffin. The coffin, Holmes. Look at it. It's open.
It is opening, Watson. And in a moment, stepping out of that coffin, you shall see the gentleman responsible for this entire affair. The sole opponent who can mobilize the powers of darkness so well that he commands even my respect. One of the first brains of Europe.
Professor Moriarty. Good evening, Holmes. Dr. Watson?
Moriarty, I've been expecting the pleasure of another meeting with you ever since Jenkins first arrived at my flat.
Really, Holmes? Then you recognized my hand in this? Do tell me about it. No, don't be disconcerted by my revolver.
Moriarty, only a brain such as yours would presume to obliterate the police of London, stage of mass murder.
A magnificent idea, I think. The picture was irresistible to me, Holmes. Imagine the canvas, if you will. Once I have killed a sufficient number of police, you will have a London without law and order. A great city, demoralized, chaotic, stripped of its civilized airs. The people of London reduced to their animal level. Yes, just as Gustave Doré did in his etchings of Dante's Inferno. I shall be an artist who creates a panorama of degradation. I'm well on my way, Holmes.
Yes, Moriarty. Of course, Jenkins can no longer do the murdering for you. He's been captured.
Oh, I've so many on my staff. Besides, Jenkins will be released.
He certainly will not.
I shall release him, Dr. Watson. I promised him that. Removing a man from Dartmoor should not be difficult for me.
You promised him that? Then you anticipated Lestrade's arresting him.
Certainly. I knew Holmes would have police skulking about somewhere. I knew I must distract them. So I sacrificed Jenkins, leaving me alone with you and Holmes. You see, Holmes, if I am to banish law from London, you must die too. I shall therefore kill you now and place you, as I swore I would, in this coffin.
It would be a supreme delight for you, Moriarty, wouldn't it? To have gone so far as to inform me in advance that I was to die, to have selected my coffin and succeeded in placing me in it.
That is just what will happen now, Holmes. I shall pull the trigger, which is just a foot from your celebrated brain, and I shall blow that brain of yours to bits. I have placed just 2 bullets in here, Holmes. One for you, one for Dr. Watson. A conceit, I admit. Now, you will become my guest in that coffin. I pull the trigger.
My leg! Did I get him, Holmes? I can't see.
Yes, Lestrade.
No, he didn't. My leg is bad, but...
There it goes in the coach. Shoot again, Lestrade.
Found it, I was too far off. We never catch that funeral coach now. Holmes, why didn't we think of blocking off all the surrounding streets in case this happened?
Yes, you have Jenkins, Holmes, for the murder of the Bobbies, but now Moriarty will go on to devise some new deviltry and challenge you again. Why didn't you think of that, Holmes?
Didn't I, Watson?
Brandy and soda, Holmes?
No, Watson, thank you.
By Jove, this affair happened so quickly, I don't quite understand how you defeated Moriarty.
The fact that it was Professor Moriarty who was behind this carnival of crime, Watson, was obvious. The nature of it, as I've pointed out, indicated just one man. It was also clear the attempt to kill me would involve Jenkins, who was the puppet manipulated by Moriarty. But I knew that Moriarty himself would attempt the actual homicide, trusting only himself with the major task of the murder.
I see.
Moriarty hoped we would concentrate our attack on Jenkins and his helper, the only assassins visible, and that we would relax our guard after their capture.
Yes, quite.
He believed that would leave the field clear for him, but he did not think one step further. He should have realized I'd guess he was behind this, that I'd know he would eventually appear, either in disguise or in hiding. And what place more convenient and less likely to be examined than the coffin itself? I realized all this in advance.
Then you told Lestrade to arrest Jenkins, go through the motions of leaving, but to return almost instantly to deal with Moriarty, who would still be due to appear, probably from the coffin, eh?
Precisely. And there was a rather neat balance to the tableau, I believe.
What do you mean?
Moriarty vanishing into the night on the funeral coach, whipping his horses, the coffin bobbing up and down behind him. Moriarty with his first and only love, death. And I with mine, my easy chair, and my pipe.
Well, Dr. Watson, the guest in the coffin was a spine-tingling adventure. I'm sure you've another tale for us next week that's just as intense and thrilling.
I most certainly have such a story for you, Mr. Harris. Next week I shall relate to you the adventure of the hangman and the book. It concerns a park in Paris, famous for its lovely trees and flowers, a dead body dangling by a rope, and a bookstore that concealed an awful secret.
The makers of Clipper Craft clothes and more than 1,200 stores from coast to coast have brought you another in the new series of broadcasts featuring the world's most famous detective, Sherlock Holmes. Our stories are based upon the character Sherlock Holmes, created by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. The program is produced and directed by Basil Loughlin. Sherlock Holmes is played by John Stanley, Dr. Watson by George Spelton. This week's story was written by Howard Merrill with special music by Albert Berman. Be sure to listen next week to Sherlock Holmes and the Adventure of the Hangman and the Book. Cy Harris speaking for Clipper Craft Clothes. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System.
Welcome back. Wow. I don't know if that was a rough episode in terms of quality. I don't know if I would go as far as to say that the best part of the program was the Clipper Craft commercials, but it's kind of close. The one thing that I will say, I don't want to go on some longish deconstruction, but the big thing I think I didn't like about this episode was the way that the relationship between Holmes and Moriarty was portrayed. First of all, it was telegraphed throughout the whole episode. I'm sitting there at the end, shock! No, it's Moriarty. But beyond the telegraphing is kind of the nature of a relationship. I think when you get back to the book and the story, The Final Problem, and part of the reason why that, it did not satisfy readers, I think with The Final Problem, we had a real ultimate battle between good and evil in Holmes and Moriarty. And, clearly there was a sense of achievement in getting Moriarty. But there was also a sense that justice needed to be done, and no matter what the cost, this was going to be what Sherlock Holmes was going to pursue. And, I think that titanic struggle, two people fairly well matched, great criminal, great detective, facing off as ultimate, enemies and rivals is defined. I think so much of literature. I think, of course, you've had good versus evil in stories, in books for, ages. But I think, once you get past the Greek mythology, what Doyle did here in setting up the final problem is this sort of feeling of you're almost in a battle between ultimate good, ultimate evil. In this case, it's a battle of wits. But I think this is carried over into other genres, whether you're watching the latest superhero flick or what have you. The idea of building this kind of ultimate showdown between equally talented and skilled people on opposite sides of that question has just been such a hallmark of fiction. In this case, what we have in this particular episode of Sherlock Holmes is evil represented in Moriarty and sort of passe indifference. Holmes's great passion being for his nice, comfortable chair. Now, come on. I can't help but think that there just has to be a better way to do these non-canonical Moriarty appearances than a radio program did. And this one, I think, may have been just the most rough form of that. All right, well, I'd love to hear what you think. You can email me, box13@greatdetectives.net. Well, today's episode is brought to you by the financial support of our listeners. Thanks so much for all your support. Now it's time to get into today's episode. This one is called The Uncut Canary Matter.
For your listening enjoyment, John Lund as
Johnny Dollar.
Harrison, Johnny.
Oh, hiya.
How fast can you get to Beverly Hills, California?
Why?
You've got to find an uncut canary.
Let's take that again, slowly, shall we?
It's a diamond, Johnny. A rough, uncut, orange-yellow diamond they call a canary. Weighs 89 carats, and it's insured by us for $125,000.
Pretty expensive bird.
Yeah, what's more to the point, it took wings sometime last night and hasn't been seen since. How about it, Johnny?
I'll see what I can do.
Right here, I'd like to take a few seconds to talk about dreams. You know, psychologists tell us that dreams are one of the most common forms of escape from the everyday world. But what would you think if you woke up one morning and read in the paper that the president had appointed an elephant to the cabinet? Yes, I agree. That is a ridiculous question. And it doesn't really have anything to do with animals in politics. Actually, it's a question of memory. I was thinking of the Secretary of State when I asked this, and you'll have to agree that with all of the varied and difficult jobs he has to do, the Secretary of State would have to have the memory of an elephant. The Secretary's biggest job, of course, is managing our country's foreign affairs for the President. Since the President can't be in all the foreign countries at the same time, he sends ambassadors and ministers to the various capitals and sets up consular officers in the big commercial centers of the world to assist the Secretary of State. Then, when questions arise, the officials of foreign countries get together with the American ambassadors, or ministers, or consuls, depending on the country and the type of problem, and they iron out their difficulties. Of course, there are many treaties and international laws which guide these conferences. With their help, and the work done by our State Department, we're pretty certain of getting along all right when we tour foreign countries or have business dealings with them. In other words, whenever we have dealings of any sort with countries other than our own, it is the Secretary of State and his department who acts as our intermediary.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Home Office, Eastern Indemnity and Insurance Company, Hartford, Connecticut. The following is an accounting of expenditures during my investigation of the Uncut Canary matter. Expense account item 1, $181.60. Airfare and incidentals between Hartford and Los Angeles, California. Expense account item 2, $3.75 cab fare from the International Airport to a rich-looking jewelry store in Beverly Hills. Inscribed on the door in what looked like a thin line of pure platinum was the single name Johannes. According to Harrison, this had been the last known nesting place of the Uncut Canary. Whoever Johanna may have been, I doubted that it was the tall, artistic type with the heavyweight padded shoulders who was looking down his long, aristocratic nose at me.
Yes.
I'd like to see Johanna.
May I ask who you are, sir?
My name is Dollar, insurance investigator.
Oh, you're here about the Minas Gerais Canary, eh?
If that's the full name of the missing diamond, yes.
I believe you'd better come back in the morning, Miss Dollar.
Any particular reason why?
No, it's been a trying day for Madame Johanna. She's quite fatigued.
Nobody's too tired to spend a few minutes trying to collect $125,000.
In the morning, Miss Dollar. I'm certain Madame Johanna will be pleased to interview you then.
Maybe I won't be in the mood then.
Oh, really?
It's a possibility.
Well, that's your affair, of course.
No, not the way I see it. Madame Johanna is claiming the loss. She's entitled to her own opportunity to slam the door in my face.
You're quite correct, Mr. Dollar, and I take this opportunity to open it instead.
Madame Johanna, I thought you were resting in your office. I did not wish to have you disturbed.
The next time, Carter, I would thank you not to be so overly zealous in your desire to protect my health at the expense of my bank account. Come this way, please, Mr. Dollar. Won't you sit down, Mr. Dollar?
Thanks.
You wish to discuss the miniature Canary, Mr. Dollar. What is it I can tell you about it?
Well, you might begin by telling me its history.
I purchased it in Rio from a local broker down there a year ago last September.
Over a year ago.
You find something surprising about that?
Well, you've got a pretty large investment in an uncut stone. That's a long time to have it just sitting around, isn't it?
The cutting of a diamond of size is a very delicate matter, Mr. Dollar. Months must be spent studying it, planning the precise manner in which it is to be finally cut and polished. Correct cleavage of such a stone could enhance its value 3 times over. Incorrect cleavage could prove disastrous.
How's that?
Diamonds are capricious. A slight mistake may cause the gem to fly into 100 bits. A bitter lesson my father learned some 25 years ago with a stone similar to the Canary. I do not intend to make the same mistake.
Mm-hmm. When did you first notice the thing?
It was 9:30 last night. Carter and I came down here to watch the cleavage of the stone.
And you were going to have it cut last night?
Yes. We have 2 of the finest diamond cutters in the world working here. Adolf Spears and Hans Plessman. They have been with me and my father before me for over 30 years.
I see. And when you came down here?
Carter opened the vault. The Canary was gone.
Carter has the combination?
Yes.
Anyone else?
Adolf? Hans? And of course myself.
Was the vault touched in any way? Any attempt made to break into it?
No.
Well, that boils down the number of suspects.
No, Mr. Dollar. It couldn't possibly be one of my employees. I would be willing to swear to it.
Well, you wouldn't be the first to make a mistake about something like that.
Oh, you do not know these people like I do. Well, you couldn't say that. During all the years, they've... Your pardon, please.
Oh, sure. Go ahead.
Yes. Oh, no. I see. Thank you. I will tell them.
Something wrong?
That was Adolf Spears. He said if I would send the police over to his house immediately, he would give them the uncut Canary.
I put in a call to Chief Anderson of the Beverly Hills Police Force. And a few minutes later, Lieutenant Hankins at his office came by and picked me up. How come you're on this, Hankins? You're still in homicide, aren't you?
Yeah, but the head of robbery's been out with a cold, and with this latest development, the chief sent me out to wrap this up and see you on your way. Disappointed?
You know better than that. Always glad to see you.
Yeah, looks like a quick ending to a long trip, Dollar.
Well, I won't complain.
Why should you? Counting traveling time, you'll get 2 full days' pay for a few minutes' work. Not bad.
Jealous?
Not me. You insurance boys can have it.
Rather work on the force, huh?
Maybe it doesn't pay as well, but I know I can figure on a check every 2 weeks. Hang on, we turn here. Well, what's your trouble making that turn? Getting back at an angle that way, it's not too easy to figure. Now, that Johanna, there's a woman who'd wring the sweat out of a man. Always got an eye out for a fast buck. I don't think she's going to be too happy to get that uncut Canary back.
Why is that?
Well, the rumor around town is that it can't be cut.
Flaws in it?
Oh, the stone's clear enough, but some of them are just shaped wrong. Can't be split clean. Oh, stone's liable to break in the dust if you try to cleave it.
You think that's what's wrong with the uncut Canary?
He's had it hanging around his shop for over a year and a half. Bought it at a price way under the market. There's got to be some reason for it.
Uh-huh. How much you figure the stone would be worth if it could split?
Maybe $250,000, give or take a little. Be easier to sell that way, too. This way, her money's tied up in it, and they say she's tight for cash.
Who isn't?
I don't know what you mean. Well, that's her worry, not ours. Here's Adolph Beer's house. Let's go in and get it. What do you think, Dollar?
Doesn't seem too anxious to turn it over now.
Door's locked. No lights inside.
Let's try the back.
All right.
Hear that?
Sounds like a car motor running somewhere.
In the garage, maybe.
There's the garage, Dollar. Lights on inside. The door's closed.
Come on. No easy job to wrestle some 200 pounds of dead weight out from behind the wheel of a car in a monoxide-filled garage. But Hankins and I finally managed it. Over here. In the grass. Yeah, that'll do it. Adolph Beers?
Yeah? It's a sin she won't tell us where that uncut Canary is now.
Yeah, it's a sin she couldn't have told Johanna only 15 minutes ago, either. While Lieutenant Hankins waited for the homicide boys to arrive, I walked down to the corner drugstore and tried to make some phone calls. I was phenomenally unsuccessful. There was no answer at the jewelry store, at Johanna's home, or at the bachelor apartment of the obnoxious Mr. Carter. Expense account item 3, $1.75. Cab fare from the corner drugstore to the residence of Johanna's other diamond cutter, Hans Plessman.
Well, what is it? What is it?
Are you Hans Plessman?
Of course I am, of course. And you must be from Albert. Let me have it at once. Do you hear?
I think you've made some kind of a mistake, Mr. Plessman. My name is Dollar. I'm an insurance investigator.
I'm not interested in your name, young man. I just want the lenses I ordered from Albert for my refractometer. The lenses for my... Insurance investigator. Is that what you said, insurance?
That's right, Mr. Plessman. I want to ask you a few questions.
Questions? What kind of questions?
About the Mina Shirais Canary.
What did you want to know about it? Insurance investigator, eh? What do you want to know about it?
Could we talk about it inside?
Inside? Oh, yes, inside. Of course. Come in.
Thanks.
Told the police all I know about it. Why are you coming around bothering me? Why don't you question Adolf? Yes, question Adolf.
You think he had something to do with it?
Didn't say that.
Just ask you why you didn't question him.
Adolf Beers is dead, Mr. Plessman.
Dead? Adolf dead?
That's right.
Well. Adolf dead.
He might have been murdered.
Murder? Adolf murdered? Nonsense. Absolute nonsense.
Maybe somebody wanted to get the canary from him.
Nobody could have murdered poor Adolf for that. He didn't steal the canary. Didn't steal it.
What makes you so sure, Mr. Plessman?
Because I stole it, that's why. Murdering poor Adolf when I stole the uncut canary.
You know, many great men have attained the highest office in our land, the presidency of the United States. Can you guess the name of this man? During the Black Hawk War in 1832, he volunteered for service and was made captain of his company. As a member of Congress in 1847, he was opposed to the Mexican War. He also opposed the Kansas-Nebraska bill, which favored the extension of slavery. During this time, he was offered the governorship of the Oregon Territory, but refused it. Over 6 feet tall and not particularly good-looking, he was known for his droll sense of humor. If you don't have his name by now, here's an important clue. His unexpected acceptance of an invitation to attend the dedication of the Soldier Cemetery was responsible for one of the greatest speeches in our history. Who was he? Abraham Lincoln, 16th President of the United States. His life is part of your American heritage.
That's absolutely lovely. Oh, well, thank you. Brilliant.
Good old Harry. What a host. When Harry throws a party, nobody goes thirsty. Here, let me freshen up that drink. Good old Harry is such a great host. How come Bill and Jean had such a terrible fight?
I want to go home right now.
Why not? It's a great fight.
I don't care.
Such a great...
No, I want to go home right now. Now
How come Bob had a little trouble driving home? And how come everybody who felt so good last night feels so bad this morning? Oh. Maybe good old Harry is not such a great host after all. Maybe good old Harry is a pusher, a neighborhood pusher. Harry pushes alcohol. So if you serve alcohol, please, don't be a pusher. And if you're a guest, don't let good old Harry or anyone else push you into drinking more than you want.
A public service message from this station and the National Institute on Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism.
And now, with our star, John Lund, we bring you the second act of Yours Truly, Johnny Dollar.
After his astounding statement about stealing the uncut canary, the heretofore voluble Hans Plessman closed up completely. He refused to say anything about anything. And 2.5 hours later, at the Beverly Hills police station, the situation was unchanged.
Unless Plessman talks or we dig up something else, we won't be able to hold him long.
I don't think he's the only one who's clamming up about that canary.
Oh, Johanna?
I'd like to know who really called her on the phone when she sent us up to Adolf Beer's house.
We'll find out when we locate her. She's not at her home or at the office, though.
No sign of the stone at Beer's?
Nothing. A couple of the boys still going through the place. They started at Plessman's, too. Hankins? Okay, Doc, thanks. Autopsy surgeon, they're posting Beers now. Looks like homicide, all right. Heavy blow struck on the back of his head. Doc's offering 8 to 5. There'll be no monoxide in the bloodstream.
Well, I won't cover that.
You going somewhere?
Yeah, the evening's still young. I might as well try to earn some of that big money. You think I'm getting paid for this job? Expense account item 4, $2.25. Cab fare from Beverly Hills to the apartment of Johanna's assistant, Mr. Charles Carter.
Come in. Door's open.
Stripped down to a pair of shorts, Carter was standing on his head at one end of the room, heels resting lightly against the wall.
Oh, it's you, Dollar.
What's the idea of that?
What?
The headstand.
Tones up the system, reverses the blood flow, good tonic for rejuvenating muscular tissue, strengthening the internal organs.
You don't say.
You should try it sometime. Most beneficial.
Amazing.
What do you want here, Dollar?
What? Oh, well, I was just wondering where you were earlier this evening after you left the shop.
Down at the beach. Exercise there for an hour every evening. Why?
Adolf Beers is dead.
Oh, not surprised.
Oh?
Overweight. Disgusting. Poorly cared for body. Can't abuse the machinery of life, Dollar. It'll refuse to function.
In this case, the refusal wasn't voluntary.
Oh, so that's why you wanted to know where I was, huh? Well, now you know.
Mm-hmm. Johanna wasn't with you, was she?
No, I haven't any idea where she... Oh, now you're going too far, Dollar.
Oh, why?
Johanna's the epitome of all womanhood, a gentle, delicate soul. I'll not have her maligned by you or anyone else. Is that clear?
Oh, sure. But I'd still like to know where she was. Now, tell me, Carter, how often do you do that headstand stunt?
Twice a day.
And how long do you keep it up each time?
30 full minutes.
Remarkable. I hit a drugstore and tried to call Johanna's residence, but there was no answer. A call to Lieutenant Hankins brought the information that Plessman was still refusing to talk, and that they'd finished searching both his house and that of Adolf Beers. The Uncut Canary was still among the missing. I was drinking a cup of coffee at the fountain when I suddenly remembered something Hans Plessman had said. I grabbed the yellow phone book and started looking for an optical lens manufacturer whose name was Albert. I found one. Albert Schoenbeck. Both an office and a residence phone were listed. At that hour of the morning, the choice wasn't too tough to make.
Yeah, Minadora. I have been making optical lenses for Johanna Vanderwood for many years now. And for her father before her. But to call at this hour of the night with such a question...
And did you ever make lenses for a refractometer, Mr. Schoenbeck?
Yeah, for Hans it was.
Hans Plessman?
Of course, Hans Plessman.
Would you mind telling me what a refractometer is used for?
You are asking me questions about this, or you do not even know for what it is used?
It's important, Mr. Schoenbeck.
Yeah, for whom important? For you or for Johanna?
Both of us.
So. All right, then I will tell you. It is for measuring the bend of light through a precious stone. With mirrors, lenses on the scale, this machine measures the stone's index of refraction and tells exactly what the stone is. You understand what I'm saying?
Well, I think I get the general idea, yeah. Could you use one to determine the proper cleavage of a diamond?
For cleavage, you ask?
Yeah. Would it help any?
I have never thought that. Yeah, it is possible, I presume. If there were some interior flaw, some imperfect strata of crystalline structure, that could possibly show up, yeah. But while you ask, what does all this have to do with Johanna?
I'm not quite sure. Thanks, Mr. Schoenbeck. Expense account item 5, $3.60. Cab fare to 621 West Canyon Road Drive. That's somewhere near the top of the Santa Monica Mountains, about 2.5 miles from Sunset Boulevard.
I'd just come in and was preparing for bed when you rang, Mr. Dollar.
Yeah, so I noticed.
Then if you would please tell me quickly why you have come visiting at this late hour.
It's about the rumors.
Rumors?
Yeah. I understand that Jeweler's Row believes that Johannes is heading for the financial rocks.
You came up here tonight to discuss with me the financial status of my business, Mr. Dollar?
Not exactly.
Well, then.
But suppose the rumors were true, and you're hard up for cash with $125,000 tied up in an uncut diamond that can't be sold until it's cut. And can't be cut because it'll fly into bits.
That is utter nonsense.
Well, I'm glad to hear it.
Why?
It removes any motive you may have had for stealing the uncut canary yourself.
I think I'd better leave now, Mr. Dollar.
You haven't denied it.
You've gone too far for that.
Adolf Beers must have gone pretty far, too.
The reference is beyond me.
Beyond Adolf now, too. Or maybe you haven't asked yourself why somebody wanted to murder him.
Adolf? Murder?
You didn't know?
How could I have?
Just wondering.
Adolph's murdered. But why?
Well, I'd say either Adolf took the stone and somebody got it away from him, or he knew who did steal it and was going to talk. Either way, the result's the same.
Unbelievable.
Not quite as unbelievable as your statement that you talked to him on the phone when actually he'd been dead for 2 hours.
Now it is time for you to leave, Mr. Dollar.
No further explanation?
None.
Okay. Oh, by the way, did you know Hans Plessman had confessed to stealing the Canary?
I did.
I suppose you think that's unbelievable, too.
My attorney is arranging his release on a writ of habeas corpus at this very moment.
Oh, that's very interesting. You sure you don't want to change your story about that supposed phone call from Adolf Beers?
I do not.
I didn't think so. The lack of transportation from Canyon Road Drive back to Beverly Hills didn't bother me. The walk would give me a chance to clarify my ideas about the Uncut Canary matter. It took me a little less than an hour to get back to Sunset Boulevard and an all-night gas station where I called Lieutenant Hankins.
Yeah, that's right, Dollar. Hans Plessman was sprung about 45 minutes ago.
You put a tail on him?
Yeah. He went straight home.
Expense account item 6, $1.65 cab fare again. It took about 15 minutes to get to Hans Plessman's house.
Yes, who is it? Who is it?
Hello, Mr. Plessman.
Oh, it's you, that insurance man. What do you want now?
Have you cut it yet, Mr. Plessman?
It was just about when you interrupted me.
You mind if I watch you finish the job?
That's all. Come in.
Thanks.
In here, right in here.
Well, looks like you've got a pretty capable assistant, Hans.
Yes, I think our partnership in diamond cutting will prove quite successful.
Of course it will, of course. The refractometer will make the difference. Told Adolf that, but he wouldn't listen. He was going ahead in his own stubborn way. He would have smashed the stone, just as he did 20 years ago.
So Adolf Beers was the cutter who smashed your father's stone, huh, Johanna?
Yes, that is quite right, Mr. Dollar.
Ruined him and killed him. Couldn't let that happen to my little Johanna, like my own daughter, you know. Couldn't let Adolf do that to her, too. Couldn't.
So you took the diamond to keep Adolf from cutting it?
It was my fault, Mr. Dollar. I wouldn't have listened to Hans's warning. I was going to let Adolf go ahead with it.
Wouldn't listen to me, who was like her own father. So I had to take the stone. I was going to cut it myself, Johanna, and give it back to you as a gift.
I know you were, Hans.
Only Adolf saw me getting ready. He was going to stop me, so he could cut the diamond himself. He shouldn't have done that. Adolf shouldn't have done that. I had to stop him. Well, we have work to do. Put the stone on the cut, Johanna. That's it. Now, hold the steel blade right on the incline. That's it. Now, hold it firmly, but without pressure. Not too much pressure. So.
Thank you, Hans. You've done it.
Of course. But it had to be done my way. Only the refractometer shows the proper place. That stubborn fool Adolf would have ground it into bits. Well, I guess everything is all right now for you. Hey, Johanna? That will save your business all right. And you, young man, no trouble about the stone now, is there? No trouble?
No, Hans. There's no trouble about the stone.
You understand how I couldn't let anything happen to my Johanna. Not to my little baby. Oh, his stone. Beautiful. Once I have him cut and polished, the stones will...
Hans, what is it? Don't you feel well?
Oh. It's all right, Johanna. I'm a little weak and shaky, that's all. I can't understand it. Weak, shaky like this. Ridiculous. I think I'll lie down for a bit.
Mr. Dollar?
Sure. Go ahead.
I can't understand it. Weak, shaky.
And Mr. Dollar, now you know.
Yeah. So it was Hans and not Adolf who called you on the phone.
Yes. He told me that he had hidden the stone in my house. But not that he had killed Adolf. I brought the stone to him tonight after his release from jail. And there they are. What was once to me, Monsieur Rice, uncut Canary. A gift, Hans said. They'll accomplish everything he wanted to accomplish for me. And I'd rather I'd smashed the stone into dust before this all began. I didn't want this gift from Hans.
Expense account item 7, $179.25, airfare and incidentals from Beverly Hills, California, back to Hartford. Expense account total $373.85. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, stars John Lund in the title role and was written by Sidney Marshall with music by Eddie Dunstetter. Featured in tonight's cast were William Johnstone, John Stevenson, Hal March, Virginia Gregg, and Fritz Feld. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, is produced and directed by Jaime Del Valle. This is Charles Lyon inviting you to join us again next week at this same time when from Hollywood, John Lund again transcribes his expense account as...
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, has been a presentation of the United States Armed Forces Radio and Television Service.
Welcome back. Well, I found those the public service announcements on this one fascinating. Bain from West, having lived all my life out here other than some traveling when I was young. I was surprised to learn about Lincoln having been offered the governorship of the Oregon Territory. Not something I learned about. I knew about Lincoln, and it's great because if you've read or studied politics and history much, you've heard quite a bit about Lincoln. And when I heard the Black Hawk War, immediately I knew it was Lincoln, but that was a new one on me. Also the Pushers. That was a pretty, interesting public service announcement. Having been to a lot of, parties where, alcohol was present, not certain if that is a modern day, problem. But it says something that, they thought enough to do a public service announcement on it. Overall, I thought there were quite a few interesting turns to make this mystery really work. And another, great performance by Virginia Gregg. And I'm working, if you've been following me over greatdetectives.net, on the list of the most essential people in radio. And I'm going from most important to least important. I'm already up into the number 50s, and I still haven't written about. I'm going from least important to most important. So we started at 100, working up to the 50s now, and I still haven't found the right spot for Virginia Gregg. She definitely was such a key figure in making radio work and making it what it was. So always glad to hear her. Speaking of public service announcements, I will remind you that Election Day is next Tuesday, so I do encourage everyone to become informed and then go and cast their ballots if they've not already. However you vote, I encourage you to do that. All right, well, that will do it for today. If you're in the United States. But that will do it for today. We will be back Monday with the adventures of Frank Race, and then join us back here on Friday for another episode of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. In the meanwhile, send your comments to Box 13 at greatdetectives.net. Follow us on Twitter at Radio Detectives and call us 208-991-4783. From Boise, Idaho, this is your host, Adam Graham, signing off.